first Friday that we're back here without having a new episode of Mandalorian. How does that make you feel?
I'm
Let's
missing
talk about
something.
your feelings.
I'm missing something. I'm
You
missing
have
a little.
coffee,
I do.
so it's not that.
It's
Comics curing.
cancer. It's cancer-free coffee.
Let's. Mm,
That I feel good. But I got my doctor's results from this week, and my A1C levels are down in my target range where it's supposed to be now. So,
the
you know,
results came back, and you're still short.
yeah, exactly. Too short. As my wife said, she's so glad that you're healthy now. I said, well, let's not go too crazy. I'm healthier.
Stop putting these expectations on me.
Right. I'm less sick and ill than I was 3 months ago.
That's fantastic news. Have you been eating less barbecue?
Well, yes, only in the fact that I've been grilling, but not really. I haven't fired up the barbecues yet.
How do you differentiate the two by definition?
Oh, grilling is done over high direct heat over a shorter period of time versus barbecue is
Hmm.
low and slow, often indirect cooking at below 300 degrees over a prolonged period of time.
Makes sense, I guess.
Well, it's the literal definitions, but
Yeah, I use different definitions though.
a lot of people
One
use
involves
barbecue
sauce, and
interchangeable.
one does not.
Barbecue is often, especially out here, the further west you come, is more of a slang term used generically for everything that's cooked outdoors. But it
Yeah.
is, by definition, there's a significant difference between grilling and barbecue.
We should have just rented a pit somewhere in North Carolina and just had like a luau night. Just let you work for 16 hours while the rest of us do something else, and we can all come back when
I
it's
enjoy
ready.
the fruits of my labor.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Yeah.
Uh, that's why I posted. Well, I mean, on my Facebook, I had posted the other day to my friends and stuff. I was like, it was just a simple post. It said, the third Saturday in July is early this year. It's July 15th. I'll see you then. That was it.
Wow. Yeah.
Just cryptic.
So
But
July 1st is on
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, July 15th is the third Saturday of the month. So, which is
I
when
like how,
I
what is it
typically
like?
do my big cookout. So,
I think there's like 2 months a year where we get like a third paycheck in a month kind of thing.
now 2 months a
For
year.
those
Yeah.
and those of us that
For those people who get paid bi-weekly versus
yeah.
bi-monthly.
And then on top of that, for those of us that structure a lot of our outgoing funds by weeks, like typically you have two influxes of money a month. So I structure a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
based on that. Like I'll set this bill here, that bill there,
Right.
this bill here, that bill here, and I know like every 2 weeks I have X amount of dollars I can literally light on fire without affecting the household. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have that third one, it's just like, you when you structure your income that way, you definitely feel that extra paycheck.
If you think about it from a 2 month standpoint, yes.
Yeah, exactly. There's still just 52 weeks in a year though, so don't get it twisted. But you'll never
Right.
have a month where you only get one paycheck.
Correct. Unless you die that month.
Yeah, very true. And at that point, they better pay you for the days you did go to work.
You won't care.
You won't, but the ones that are waiting on it might. I was
Yeah, they'll be waiting on the life insurance. Is more important to them than the one paycheck I had. Trust me,
last Friday I was
I'm worth a
sitting there.
lot more dead than I am alive.
I was balancing some stuff at work and doing some numbers at work and looking at
Izzy,
what we did for
Nicholas,
Masters and everything.
TVH. Good morning to you guys.
Now that we're past Masters week, can sit back and look at the totality of it all and see how well it did and all that, and kind of make some decisions. Gave a couple of people some raises who were up for them, and then passed out bonuses. And when I went and turned in the bonuses and we processed them, like immediately they asked, do you want to send them now or put them on the next paycheck? I'm like, why would you wait literally 12 days from the time of me sending this to send them now? Like the whole concept of waiting on Friday for, like, I process payroll on a Monday and then paychecks get sent out on Friday. I'm like, dude, this isn't a paper system anymore. Just send them out. Send them their money. It's processed. It's done. Release it to
Well,
their bank accounts.
so it's an accounting thing sometimes, but also it's like for because a lot of people you're paid retroactively, right?
Yeah.
You work 2 weeks and then you get your pay for those past 2 weeks or whatever it is. So sometimes when you're talking about like, okay, bonus, or if it's just a bonus, it doesn't matter as much. But
No.
if it's a pay raise, then it becomes
Well,
significant.
the
As
rate has to be on
when
that
does
pay.
it when does it start based on the work, and therefore when did it get it? But yeah, bonuses can be a
I'm
little bit
talking
different.
specifically about the concept of like, just your regular payroll, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because so you get paid on a Friday, payrolls from like Sunday to Saturday. So effectively, you're catching like my staff is getting paid halfway through their next payroll period, because it's a 2 week thing. They're catching it on the Friday. They've already worked
This is
Sunday through
accounting talk
Friday.
here on.
Well, it is. This is how we warm up because
Yeah, yeah.
it's just fun to think about, like, because that whole system of having to wait till Friday to get paid, or
Mm-hmm.
that comes from a time era of paper record keeping, mailing checks and stuff like that.
Well, for companies who are doing their own payroll, sure, but very, I don't know about you, because you're as a small business, if somebody's physically writing checks out of their own account
No,
there, but
no, it's
well,
direct.
we're using. Well, no, what I meant is like whether or not you guys are or whether or not you're using a payroll service like ADP or something,
No,
because
we did for a little bit. We're on QuickBooks.
okay, so you guys are maybe doing your own, so it's a little bit different. But for companies
Mhm.
that are doing stuff like a large company like mine, for example, where we get processed, our pay is being processed from an outsourced through ADP. So I have like on Mondays, I have to have all the time cards done for the previous 2 weeks, and then that time card gets sent over. They have to process everything, and then it's deposited at the end of that week. Although Friday is the day you get paid, typically it shows up anywhere, but because they actually have to transmit it like by Wednesday, because with the banking systems, even though it's technically it should be instant, they hold it for X amount of
For
time
payday, yeah.
in
And
the
I have one
they
employee. I
get
forget
that
what
much
bank he
interest.
uses, but he gets it Thursday night every week. Everything
Yeah,
one
because,
day ahead of
because it
time.
has to be there Friday, so the banks will deposit it in such that it's there earlier. Um,
Yeah.
but
Well, while we wait on Rob's son to show his face, there he is. I'm going to take a look at the chat here. You still have controls, Rob? Okay. Good morning, Paul Rogers. Good morning
Hi,
to
Daddy.
all. Hashtag we are Legion. Why'd you stop waving?
little tie.
Oh yeah,
Good
that's
morning.
right. I was just waving
So,
to you guys. Now I'll wave at Paul. Hi,
Paul
Paul.
Rogers is the owner of my LCS
Been thinking about you, Paul.
and channel sponsor, the Augusta Book Exchange. The link to the Augusta Book Exchange Facebook group is in the description. Go hit that link and give them a follow. I know a lot of people here on YouTube, especially in this corner of the community, don't use Facebook as much, but he does have an Instagram page as well. But the Facebook group is where it kind of stays more active. But he says should be making a really big announcement soon. I know what it is.
Only announcing it to some people.
He's
Not
gonna,
to Mark.
yeah. I'm excited. Well, I guess we're gonna have to get Paul on the channel.
Yeah, I want to hear it now.
Yeah,
Paul, come tell us.
yeah.
Early Legion access. We need it now.
We'll make it a channel member exclusive and never release it to the masses. Just let them figure out naturally.
Legion Hangout only.
Nicholas, I've got your shirt you sent me, man, or my shirt you sent me. Nicholas is putting on the Tulsa Comic Swap on Father's Day weekend for those that are in the area. I think he said it's free admission, so he did things like get people to sponsor it. I sponsored it. Rob, did you sponsor it?
What?
The Tulsa Comic Swap. I mean, we won't be there.
I'm not in Tulsa, no.
Yeah, we won't be there, but Nicholas he's A1 and he's putting on a thing for people who like funny books, and I support that and that thing. So if you're in Tulsa, go to the Comic Swap. It'll be the one with the comic books. So that's where it's located, and it's on Father's Day weekend. So go the day that it's open out of the two, and have a good time swapping comics. So I assume you have to bring comics to swap, or you can buy comics there and then swap them. It is 100% up to you.
I've never been to one. That'd be fun though.
Yeah.
So
Good
busy.
morning. Dude, Izzy had a really fun show last night. He did his first episode of the Sketchy Show where he had people on live drawing. And dude, there's like some legit talent on there. It was dope. It was dope. Dr. Von Hoot, good morning.
You speak his name and he has arisen.
Wow, he's done with his BF.
What's that?
Izzy, what the hell is a BF?
What?
A bitch fit.
I swear to God, that's what I was thinking. From
From White Chicks.
yeah. I could have sworn
Yeah.
I seen a comment where you said having BF be on.
Oh,
scene.
maybe it's breakfast.
Breakfast.
Isn't that
Okay.
one word though.
What'd you
I've
make?
I've never shorthand breakfast before, but now it seems
Yeah.
so obvious.
Yeah,
The
my
only
wife.
time I shorthand
my
is
wife
with
did that.
breakfast.
My wife used to text me that, like having BF, and I was like, "You were your best friend."
Yeah, I don't know.
Good morning, Mr. Beckerman.
It's good breakfast too.
He promised me. He looked me dead in my eyes and promised me he would be on this morning. Looking forward to that.
That's exciting.
I'm excited. Good morning, Flash Ray. How are you doing today? Paycheck talk. I get my check in 2 accounts. I get half paid on Wednesday and the rest on Friday. Have you heard of that app Chime, where you can
There's a
keep
whole
your
bunch of them.
Yeah, it's
Chime.
advertised a lot.
Stash. I get paid.
I just saw a
What are
commercial
these?
for Chime some time ago. It's like, don't want to wait on your paycheck? Get paid in advance through Chime. So basically, you're just getting
It's a
a high interest front end payday loan.
Yeah.
Like
It's
this
the
is-
only way I get paid. I love it.
It's actually not a loan. It's not a loan. So what ends up happening is, and I heard Rob was talking a little bit about it. When you get paid, when they send out the paychecks, they have the money already in play. So the jobs say, hey, they get paid on Friday. So some of these companies, like, we have the money already. We could just give it to you a couple of days in advance.
Yeah,
So
that's
what
what
they
me and
do-
Rob were talking about, like how the banks or whoever will get the money, but they want
have
to wait till Friday to release it. It's just
Yeah, the big banks don't like to release it. But you guys, the Chimes, the Stashes, even PayPal, because that's what I do. I got 2 accounts, so I get paid on Wednesdays, which is nice. Yeah, free comic book day, right on comic book day. Just go get.
All my staff stuff is done on Wednesday. Pay subs are out on Wednesday and all that.
I guess
stuff.
it doesn't matter to me because I sit there and I go like, I'm not living check to check, so that getting it 1 to 2 days isn't a big deal. But I could understand where for some people it could be. But you're still the same interval between your checks, so if you're
Exactly.
still having an issue,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do. I have 2 accounts. I have one account that will get the 2 days earlier. That's the just in case money. You know what I mean? And then the other one, that's the standard Wednesday, which is the one I don't normally pay attention to.
Yeah, because if you get paid every Wednesday, you're not technically early. It's just a different day that you get it.
Well, I actually do get paid on Wednesdays every 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, I didn't mean you specifically.
Yeah.
I just mean like in general. If you get like what Rob was saying, it's if you get paid whatever day.
I get paid every 2 weeks on Friday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get paid every week because that's what our union negotiated.
Yeah. I miss those weekly checks. I liked weekly checks. It's smaller, but I still like them.
It works.
I hated them because back when I had
income
weekly checks,
household.
it was all paper. There wasn't direct deposit. Back
Oh
then.
yeah. Oh yeah. I remember
I
those
hated
days.
having to go to the damn bank every.
Me and the
freaking
wife
week.
are on opposite weeks, so it's kind of perfect.
Oh, that's
that's
great.
nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then every week you always had money coming in.
like a
Back when I was a young
income.
kid and early in my marriage, and that stuff mattered as much. Now that I'm established, it's not as.
You're a baller now. That's now that you're a
I'm not a
baller.
baller. I'm not a baller. Let's be honest here, okay? I am still very, very middle class here, ladies and gentlemen. I live in a very modest home. But
Just
matter of
have
fact,
5 mansions.
Yeah,
$1 million
I have
home.
one home, and I'll be very clear. So we're clear, folks. It's a 1,300 square foot home. It is not big.
But it's in California, and you have the Great Wall of Reprints behind you.
The Great Wall of
You have an
Reprint.
AstroTurf backyard.
Yeah,
They're facsimiles, okay?
That's right. I'm so down low. I don't even have real grass. We got fake grass, man.
It's
That's
more
how we roll.
expensive than real
I
grass.
wish we had fake grass, and I wouldn't have to cut it.
But that's
right.
when it's when you have fake grass. That's when you know you're set because you don't even have to worry about mowing the lawn.
That's right. And then I have the gardener come and do the rest of the garden.
Yeah. See, you have a gardener. You see that's
Once a month.
right there.
Because I have a specialized native plant garden that requires special attention. They tried explaining it to me one time when I first got the garden put in. Or I go, okay, so this plant needs this on this time of the year. This needs this. And I said, you guys just have a service because that sounds complicated.
It's really weird that the native plants are the ones with the issues. Shouldn't they just be fine?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Well, the native plant garden being in that it's native to this area, so they're drought tolerant. They don't require.
We understand what.
Yeah, so you shouldn't have to really do much.
You shouldn't have to battle to keep them alive.
No, it's not battling to keep them alive. It has to do with when you trim them and trim them back. Because normally they would be in a native environment. They would have animals coming to do something.
Let me explain something to you, Rob. On your property, you're in charge. You call the shots. You trim them sons of bitches when you want. And if their plants don't
and
like
if you want them to then continue to survive and thrive for long periods of time, you have to do it better at a certain time.
Yeah, I have what's called a super, and he works when he feels like it.
Is he calls or DVH come out? Tell us again how you're flying to Heroes. Yes, I'm going first class. That's true. But I'm spending that extra money because I choose to be comfortable on a 5-hour flight at my size rather than crammed into coach for 5+ hours.
Yeah, but you have a better chance on meeting new friends flying coach.
That's true.
That's true. All more reason fly first.
Closer friends.
Look, if it means I buy
the commoners, he doesn't want to fly with the commoners. That's what it is.
Did you say Mormons?
So it means I might buy one less comic book. Okay.
Oh man. See, and that's not what I do. I have to drive wherever I'm going. So where are you going? I'm going to Florida. We got to drive to Florida.
It's a little. You know how long it would take me to drive from where I'm at to Heroes Con?
Yeah, that's a long drive.
Yeah, but long because of the hour difference. It's
only gaining 3
because
hours.
Of the time because of the time difference, and we know and Mark's geography, it's about 25
It's almost
minutes.
Like you're already there.
I know
the time difference.
You could do one of those little videos where you have the picture of the map and you just do the yeah. Somewhere along the lines you do this like squiggly.
I gotta stop at Albuquerque, make the wrong turn, and then come around and go back and
like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Oh man.
Yeah, well,
Flash Ray said he's going on a plane for a work trip next month, and he's all nervous.
I fly to Utah. Yeah, I'm gonna fly to Utah next weekend.
Speaking of Mormons,
back on the Mormons.
Yeah, that's true.
Picking your wives up from camp.
No, my son is surrounded by him. I have to go rescue him from the state.
I've been in Utah. It's cool when you land and you just see the mountaintops, and that's kind of cool.
Well, he's down in area called St. George, where sadly somewhat near Old Man Eddie, if you know who he is. But
Paul's going to Heroes Con.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
probably just Saturday. Okay, well,
that'll be dope, man.
We'll see you. We'll be there. The but he goes to school down in it's in the southwestern corner, so it's where all the Red Rock area is, down near Zion, and everything out there. But anyways, yeah. So for those of you who didn't know, who are going to Heroes, this with our in our group. So finally got a hold of World of Beers, which is the place we're going to do our Friday night thing. I love World of Beer, which is so hilarious because the way I finally got a hold of them, because they weren't answering email, they wouldn't answer phone messages left behind.
Carrier pigeon,
they weren't responding to their web form. I finally went to Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
And it was because I was looking at their website or their Facebook page there to see if there was some other contact, and the little stupid chat popped up. It said, "Ask you like you want." So I started chatting to him, and the guys are, "Oh, I'm just managing social media." He says, "But let me help you. I'm going to try to help you." He said, I'm going into that store tomorrow. And so he says, give me your information. I'll go look. He comes back the next day. He pings me back through Messenger. He's all right. Here's here's what you need. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, cool. When I choose what I want, who do I send this to? He says, well, I can get you that. You can deal with somebody at the store. Here's their information. He says, or if you want, you can go through me. I can handle it all for you. And I said, well, shit, you're responding.
Yeah.
Rob,
Yeah, he's in a little box somewhere, right?
He's
Just
gotta
somewhere,
hear-
just waiting for someone to just send out a message in the chat
He's been
room.
waiting
Like,
all
he's
day
just
for
there,
someone
like
to hit
he's
that
like
button.
corner guy's like, come on, man,
I'm all
answer
cool.
it right there, man.
You're the winner, buddy. So,
Rob, did you ever have to call? Call the
Yeah.
store, where a human picks up? What did they say?
you didn't get no human.
You got to get with the times, Rob. It's all online.
That's where I was trying to do it because I didn't really want to talk
Not
to
in the right
anybody.
place, though. You got to consider.
Yeah,
that.
God forbid I tried using their actual portal that said "Party with us."
That's not
Book your party
mistakes were
here.
made.
I tried sending emails, but
Mhm.
Facebook had worked. They finally got me my menus. Their menus are for groups are pretty funny because it's pretty much like we have option 1, we have option 2, and they're basically the exact same foods, only you pick like one extra entree and the price is different, $10 more per person. And then they had
Wings,
this
nachos.
then
pretty
they had
much.
this thing of a la carte. I went through the a la carte and I was able to piece out way more food and a bigger variety for the same or less money than if I had done it by doing one of their group things and made sure that I could have a good mix of food for everybody from the stuff. So
Yeah, but you didn't pick the buffalo cauliflower, and I'm
yes, I'm sorry it was not on the list of options for me to choose from.
That's fine. I'll just migrate away from the group for a minute and just go sit at the
Yeah.
bar.
Well, that's fine. No,
They're lonely. He just
everyone
sit
could
there with
still
his-
order their own individual thing for that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I made sure that like for
Now, there's plenty of cool stuff on there that I'm
Yeah,
not going to do,
I like
tater tots.
because like the
salsa.
tater tots and the mac bites, and then the flatbread.
Get dressed.
There's one of there's 3 different varieties of the flatbread stuff on their sampler, and one of them is a vegetarian. The margarita.
Come out with a piece of bread with just a whole ass cucumber sitting on it. Here, asshole.
Right. The pretzel. I mean, hell,
The pretzel's good. It comes out like on a hanging rack thing.
yeah. They must chop it up though in the group because they say like when I'm ordering it a la carte, it says like each tray the order serves 20 people, and but the pretzels it says is 5 pretzels. I'm like, oh, 5 means I have to divide each pretzel into 4. So are you going to serve it that way, or are you going to give me a buffet that's got this whole pretzel, and then we have to ask people to cut it? Don't use your fingers. Don't take a whole.
I plan on using my fingers.
Don't
just
double
so you
dip.
know, Rob, be ready.
Just
Just
bite
take
off
a-
a chunk.
Just
Like
bite off and then just
yeah.
put it right back in
I'm
the
a
hanger.
big double dipper. I like to dip it to try it and then just, oh, yeah, that's good. And then just keep dipping.
Right.
And if it's not good, you have to go in for a second dip anyways. Just to
Well,
verify.
I usually just spit it right back into the thing and like put it.
Just mix it up there.
That
It's a good,
sauce
nice
is
little
gross.
sauce.
Bleh.
Yeah, makes sense.
I wouldn't want to swallow.
No,
I want to
This is
say
good.
that's the difference.
somebody
This
that
is
would-
going a lot of different ways right
It's
now.
the difference between like and love, and Tyler doesn't love anybody.
No, I mean I would swallow if it's good, but if it's not, I'm not going to swallow.
Yeah, that's what she said.
You know, I
Yeah,
was
it
thinking
is-
that
it is what
already.
I said.
I know. The anyway, so the spread is set. Cash bar. Well, it's not set in stone yet. I haven't sent it in to them. That's this weekend's.
Can you handwrite on it?
Hmm?
Can you handwrite on it, or is it just check off the boxes?
Oh, they sent me images of their form instead of and so I had to take the image and convert it to a PDF, so that way I could then
You
type
would.
on it. Well, I could have handwritten it, but then I would have had to scan the damn thing in versus having an electronic file I can just send.
You just
that-
take a picture of it.
No, they
Or if
sent
you
me a
had
picture.
a good phone, you could just do it all.
I can't write on a picture.
Why?
But you can.
Yeah, that seems like a pain in the ass.
It's actually super easy. If you have a
Can't
picture
write
on
on
your
a
Straight
picture?
phone,
lines
if you have a picture on your phone, you literally just pull this out and then you
Yeah.
write on it.
Same.
That's literally all you
Yeah.
do.
too much noise. I don't like it.
You got to get with the times, Rob. It's the way things are today. We do everything on Facebook. We write.
Facebook.
Yeah, see, right here.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely touch Facebook, to be completely honest.
You got to get with the times, Izzy.
No, that's
Yeah,
I'm on
gonna
IG, Twitter,
I'm gonna print this
YouTube
out and I'm gonna
community.
send it via U.S. mail, and
Carrier pigeon.
I'm gonna grab my quill and my ink pot, and then I'm going to after lettering a fine response, I shall send my correspondence via courier.
Scripted, right? It has to be scripted.
Well, I will letter it.
Don't forget to put your little stamp as well, the little oil stamp.
A wax seal.
Wax stamp. Yeah, there you go. You gotta put your wax
seal, please.
To make sure it's secured.
Yes, that way they know when it's been tampered with on the other end. Absolutely. It's the original 16-bit encryption.
Yeah, you got your ring too, right? So you got
yeah, of course.
your signet ring.
Yes.
You can like trim your
It's
little
my
mustache
mustache.
hair so it like falls into the wax. There's a little bit of hair on there.
It's made from
Authentic.
a mixture of my earwax and my mustache wax. Yes.
Speaking of earwax, did you watch the Transformers trailer?
Did not.
It looked awesome.
Not sure how earwax, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You got to watch it. You'll get it.
Yeah,
Izzy,
that's
you
not what
watched it,
I
right?
was expecting either.
I've been so busy that I missed that one. So
Oh man, it was
I'll pull a Mad Spiny right now.
I saw bits and pieces of it only in that I watched Eman's video, but it was hard to watch his little clip about it because I was so distracted by his trademark infringement upon my persona with his new mustache.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm like, wait a minute. This guy's
I
been gone for a couple weeks. He comes back looking like a Rob doppelganger.
That's right. A Filipino me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was kind of excited, especially like I like the Michael Bay ones a lot. I really enjoy all those movies, but I know that a lot of people are bummed out by a lot of them. But seeing like E-Man, Flash by Night comics,
I really don't like the Michael Bay movies.
They all saw the trailer for this one and they're like, "Holy crap, this looks on point."
I'm with you, Izzy. For movies about fighting robots, there was a severe lack of fighting robots.
Yeah, I think the first one's fun. The second one's okay.
My problem
Look
with
at that.
it. Yeah, I know. My biggest problem with the first one, I have a problem with the first one more than I do about the other ones. I had no idea who was fighting who. There was moments that the CGI was just so convoluted to me that I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, I'm watching this movie. I'm like, who's fighting who?
I think the other
horrible.
ones are
Didn't
worse,
have enough
personally,
Megan Fox
but
leaning
yeah.
over an engine.
Yeah. I didn't have a problem with Megan Fox. I'll be honest with
I said
that.
it didn't have enough.
Oh, okay.
It needed to have more of her leaning
Yeah,
over the
and
engine.
less
I mean,
you know, what's
weird
the guy
bots.
we forget about? That guy we forget about?
Oh, Sam Witwicky.
Yeah, Sam Witwicky.
Oh, Shia.
Yeah. Oh, that was
We don't
bad.
forget about Shia. I love
Shia
Shia.
LaBeouf.
Indiana Jones.
That's weird. I've never had a problem with the people in the fight scenes. I don't know. I know, like at the big battles, at like the
It was
end,
hard to
when a bunch
Yeah.
of bad guys, like in the distance, it doesn't really matter. But like your primary characters that are fighting, I've never.
It
I
was
think
hard
that's
for me
so
to
good.
catch it.
I'm like, okay, that one's red and blue, so that's the good guy.
I don't know.
Everyone's
I
yellow,
watched, I
everyone's
watched them
Bumblebee.
all. You know, I have watched all the Transformers movies, and I've never really walked away from any of them thinking, "Wow, this was great" or
No
"good,"
idea.
because I always at the end of the day went like, "What was
That
going
Age of
on?"
Extinction was woo. That was.
I mean,
fire.
aside from watching
Legendaries.
Optimus Prime ride a Grimlock, but I mean,
Yo, that was
Yeah.
amazing.
That
Let
was
me
cool.
feed you. Bow.
But you know, I always go back to that original animated movie, man. That's my
Right.
movie right there. That's my
that's
classic.
the problem, right? Is that I'm Gen 1.
Same here. And I have no problem with Hot Rod. I like Hot Rod. He was a
Yeah.
fun leader.
Why would anyone have a problem with him? I
Well,
don't know.
there was so when the Transformers when the animated series was out, the original, there was a big beef about Hot Rod, and that's the reason why they brought Optimus back. People didn't like Hot Rod. They missed Optimus.
The problem with Rodimus Prime is that he's not Optimus Prime. That's all.
The kids were not happy. It was an attempt for a toy line change because that's what it really was at the end of the day. and they decided
got news
to.
for you folks. The entire cartoon series was a whole thing to get you to buy freaking toys.
Yeah, they killed the first movie. They killed off most of the Autobots within the first 10 minutes. There's like only a few survivors, and not from that battle. The battle was like they just like we're killing them off. And I think Bumblebee was the only one that survived. And they turned him into Goldbug. So they gave him a facelift, so they could actually sell a Goldbug.
Interestingly enough, Goldbug was the Richard Scarry character that you used to have to try to find in the pages. Where is Goldbug?
Now is that
well before Where Was Waldo?
Bot that killed Drax's uncle or whoever?
GoBot.
You remember GoBots?
I remember
GoBots, but I don't remember anything about them other than Copter and like.
They were short-lived.
I don't remember Copter, and there was a motorcycle, but I was like,
they were. I don't know when it came to the GoBots. I remember the GoBots when they came out, but I don't remember them.
Sure, I remember the theme song a little bit. I remember GoBots, GoBots, mighty robots, mighty vehicles, GoBots.
Yeah, that I can't remember.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, I remember the Silverhawk song.
Sure,
because there wasn't much. It was just Silverhawks. That's pretty much it. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Having adventures beyond compare.
Yeah, they are the gummy bears. Can't mess with the gummy bears.
I want to know more about these adventures that no one can compare.
God, I just watched West Wing.
They only last for like about an hour.
You know what's weird is y'all are singing the theme song to Gummy Bears, while I know deep down inside of you want to make fun of me for watching Power Rangers.
I never had a problem with Power Rangers.
Well,
I didn't say I had a problem with Power Rangers.
I have always said
Power Rangers.
I don't understand Power Rangers, but I've always said that it is also fully understood that Power Rangers is. I was not in the right age demographic when it became big. Not that when it came out, because I understand it was out for a long time, but when it became big in the U.S., I was past that. My version of Power Rangers was watching the Johnny Sacco and his fighting robot and Space Giants and Ultraman and stuff that was airing during the late 70s and early 80s. By the time Mighty Morphin Power Rangers got big in the US in the 90s, I was out of high school, and that was what I was watching.
Pretty much the same here. For me, it was when the Power Rangers first debuted. It was like, why are we getting a live action Voltron? That's what it felt like. Because it felt very much like Voltron.
You know which one came first?
The chicken.
Well,
actually, no, would be the egg.
First off, yes, Izzy, that is true. But in terms of
it's not true. The egg is first.
It is not, Rob.
Because the chicken has to come from the egg.
No, it does not.
Mutation. The egg gets laid. Mutation occurs.
The egg gets laid by what, Rob?
It doesn't matter because of mutation. It could have been laid by a different animal. Egg mutates. What comes out is a chicken.
That's true too. Because what laid it didn't have to be a chicken. Yeah, it could be the first chicken that went.
There you
go. But then we're back to the square one of no one did the first. Was there a chicken that laid the first egg, or was it laid in an egg and the chicken?
What did I start it?
Yeah, that's just such a fun philosophical thought debate, man.
I think a Pikachu laid the egg.
That's possible.
Pika Pika.
But yeah, Power Rangers predates Voltron. Not in America, obviously.
Yeah.
I was loading up Pokemon cards into comic books again. More books for the giveaway pile. I know, Tyler.
You need more? I didn't realize you needed more.
We're almost out, man.
Lauren said G.I. Joe, Turtles.
Yeah, it was G.I. Joe. It was Transformers, He-Man, and Thundercats. That was my lineup in the morning. No, not in the morning, the afternoon.
Mark Optimus Prime in his example. He turns the show over to Rob, and we are like, "What?" But then we warm up to Hot Rob or
Hot Rob.
What?
Well, you got the colors. You kind of got the colors of Hot Rod there, Rob. You got the. I always liked
white
them.
and gray.
So Hot Rod colors were more of fiery colors. Rather,
he was a maroon, orange, and yellow.
I liked him.
That was the character who was the last Ronin for the Transformers.
Yeah, last spot standing.
No surprise there. I like RC. RC was always a favorite. She was like one of the first female Autobots, so she was cool.
Thunderbirds, yeah.
Yeah, Thunderbirds was cool.
Get out the puppets. We need the puppets.
Mm-hmm. So let me continue watching this trailer while we're talking here.
Yeah, the trailer looks super dope. Like it looks large in scale. The designs look great. They're set in 1994.
Yeah, with the DMX music playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Beast Machines look good.
Hot Rod was pink.
So this is spoiler. Is this Unicron?
Not a spoiler. It is in fact Unicron, and they put it out there in the trailer. Unicron is all the way there. That's what everyone was so hyped about. Like TJ, Eman.
Yeah,
like
they all blew their load for that.
They did.
I don't think it was Orson.
Eman recorded doing it. He literally recorded himself doing it and put it out there for the world.
Yeah, well, there you are.
Look at Izzy's face. He's like, "What?"
I'm looking at this. This is actually it does look good.
It does.
I have no interest in it, and now apparently I need to watch this trailer too because I haven't seen the trailer.
It looks freaking awesome, man.
The question, though, that everyone wants to know: is this trailer more than meets the eye?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's the question of the day.
They left it all on the table for us. They just put it all out there. Might not be more.
It couldn't have been better than the Flash stuff. The Flash is about to be. You know what's funny is I think we have like a half of the movie given to us in the trailer, and I think so much more is about to happen. No, in a good way. Like I think there's gonna be like the first half of the movie is just part of the trailer, not necessarily giving us plot. Too, but
a little bit of context with that matters as well, because I've talked to numerous people who are not aware or familiar with the Flashpoint story, never read it, never saw the animated feature, don't know about the TV show storyline, like where he goes back to save his mom. So they're seeing this and like, yo, how is this possible? What are they doing? Like, what is this? I'm like, yo, just wait, man. You're about to love this. This is gonna be awesome. And then even God, I think it was on Izzy's show last night. Yo, man, I've been talking about this for years because this Flash movie has been coming out for literal years. But when I think it was Norrin that said it's just another multiverse movie. It's they're just doing their Spider-Man No Way Home. This is Spider-Man No Way Home was rushed out to get ahead of this. And even there's even a point in Spider-Man No Way Home when they even joke about it and they let Flash Thompson write a book titled
Flashpoint. Yeah.
So like this movie was plagued with delays and stuff, and there's no secret. Like Marvel and DC have always been at it. And that's what's one of the fun things to watch these companies battle. But this is not No Way Home. This is Flashpoint, which has been they announced this movie. They first announced doing Flashpoint in 2015.
Well, Flashpoint has been since Justice League. When Justice League.
Them making this.
No, but I'm saying them making this movie since Justice League came out. That they was talking about making this movie, and then of course, with all the delays, with COVID, with Ezra, all that stuff,
change-ups,
the studio's changing up. This movie, I think the movie made it because it was good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's the reason why it made it. If the movie was bad,
they could have got their money back.
They would have been like, you know what, tax write-off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's the funny part, because I think a lot of people are pissed off at that because they're like, Batgirl gets, canceled out. And I'm like, Batgirl was a bad movie. That's what they kept saying. Why do I want to see a bad movie?
And like, there's a difference between like, okay, this isn't going to be as well received as we hoped, or this we'll get some money out of it. There's a difference in what they were describing. This is damaging to our brand and our direction that we're trying to get.
Yes. So the whole Ezra situation is a situation that, if you're in the know, you know what Ezra did, right? The reality is that the majority of people that are going to watch these movies have no idea what's going on. They don't.
The ones that do, most of them at this point don't care, because all those allegations came out. How long has it been? It's like they've done a good job handling the situation from a PR perspective. Like keep them quiet, keep them behaving, and let's see how this all plays out. There's not been found guilty of nothing yet.
But he's done. He's pretty much done. So
yeah, and even then, a lot of they haven't put this out there, but some of the charges have already been dropped because, it was when it comes down to it, social media conflates a lot of stuff, and just in terms of getting into all those fights and those restraining orders, that was him and his homies all getting drunk and partying together and having altercations, which I can't think of anybody who hasn't been there. Norton says it looks like Ezra will be the Flash moving forward. I think, they put out there. Well, they put it out there already that if this movie performs, they have it. The director did then the director doesn't make this call ultimately, but he said there is a pathway to continue if it's allotted.
I think he's burned way too many bridges to continue.
Yeah, well, I mean, just think of it from an insurance perspective. We would love to continue with you. This movie did really well, but we went through hell with you in this movie. But the director said the whole cast and crew was fantastic to work with. But again, it's not his call. From a studio perspective, he's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's like a studio's kryptonite right now.
So I'm just looking at the lineup here of movies that are coming out.
It's huge. And we have Flash and Transformer in the same month. And then Into the Spider-Verse is coming soon as well.
Yeah, so you got Into the Spider-Verse that's coming out the 2nd of June.
Open door, please.
Right? And then you just got a few days later, which you're going to get the Transformers, because the Transformers is the 9th.
Yeah, I'll be going to see that one. I'm skipping.
I'm seeing both. There's no way I'm going to skip Spider-Verse. Then you have, for the kids, you got Elemental and Flash opening on the same day.
R.I.P. Elementals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why would Disney do that to themselves?
What they did, they didn't. The Flash moved up. Then, in a total show of confidence, they moved the Flash up to Father's Day weekend, which is technically a 4-day weekend because you have the Juneteenth holiday on Monday.
Yeah, Juneteenth.
And then they moved it on top of a Disney Pixar release, which are proven bombs at this point, not bombing
because they don't care about Pixar. That's the sad thing, because Pixar is the better brand. Better artwork, better brand. The last couple of movies haven't been that great. Lightyear movie?
Lightyear and Strange New Worlds cost them hundreds of millions of dollars.
But Soul was great. Soul was great. So was Turning Red, and those went straight to streaming.
Yeah.
Turning Red is such a good movie, and Soul's a good movie too. I like Soul. So Indiana Jones is the 30th.
Aggressive says, I've seen what Warner Brothers thinks is a good movie, so if they didn't like Batgirl, then maybe it's great. Well, to that point, that would be fair, but we haven't seen
it's
really
not good.
So right now, David Zaslav is the one who's made these judgment calls. He came in and just wrecked house. He canned a bunch of stuff. And Batgirls is the one that gets talked about because that's the comic-related one, but there was a lot of other stuff as well. And he even came out and said, I've watched all of the stuff. Batgirl's got to go. Black Adam is okay, needs some work. Aquaman wasn't far enough along. What he said, what he's seen is okay. He said the Flash was phenomenal. The only one out of any of what we had left from the old guard that he said was good was the Flash. He said the rest are passable or need some work, minus Batgirl.
Yeah.
So right now, I think he's just knowing what we know with Black Adam, and he said Shazam was okay as well. So knowing what we know, he seems to not be a BS kind of guy.
Yeah. So May sounds like it's going to be quiet because it's going to be Guardians. There's not really
tracking low.
What was that?
Is that still tracking really low?
Now it's going to It's going to track upwards because reviews are coming in and people like it.
Yeah, I mean, people made that announcement so early. I felt like to say that it was tracking to be a low performance.
Well, that's why they released the embargo. If they know a movie's good, they'll release the embargo quick. So most people, that's what I'm saying. They'll release it. So people have seen
Guardians. The Guardians was tracking to be a really low release.
But that's what I meant. That with the low release, low tracking means that they need to find a way to get people excited for it. So what they do, they let go of the embargo. They know the movie's good. It only helps James Gunn in the long run. Because people are going to look at it like, oh, that's James Gunn. Let's go over here now. So
I didn't know that they had released the Guardians embargo.
Yeah, they released it, I think, yesterday.
Yesterday, I think, or last night.
Yeah, and people are loving it.
I don't know if I would compare Jared Leto to Ezra Miller one bit when it comes to not one bit.
Jared Leto is just an eccentric actor. Ezra Miller has problems.
Yeah, Jared Leto's a phenomenal rock star.
Yeah,
he was the guest on Guess Those Tootsies last night.
I saw that. I picked Jesus, and I was really close.
Jesus.
only if you went with the traditional Eurocentric view of Jesus.
Well,
Yeah,
it was his feet on the sands. The first thing I was like, it's Jesus, because I was busy, as you guys know.
Yeah, it's not. I looked at some of that, Izzy. It looked great. I mean, you had some...
the guys were killing it, man. Yesterday, man. Norman Rad and Nama had me laughing because like, you guys are good. Why did you invite me? And meanwhile, he dropped a beautiful Ezra from Star Wars. I was like, whoa,
what's wrong with that? Yeah, I saw his Ezra.
That thing is gorgeous. I love it.
He downplays his abilities. He's a pretty good artist, I think. Mm-hmm. I think he just downplays himself.
Who is it?
Much. Naaman, comic bookworm. Yeah.
Well, he's good, but he's no Becker. Becker drew everything that's on his wall behind him.
I know. I mean, you know.
Well, we got to get Becker in the show next time. I think it's May 11th. I think that's the next show.
Becker can just sit there and pretend to draw the whole time, then hold up a piece of original art.
You got those guys that just draw that. They draw sticks.
Look, guys.
It's like he could draw a stick figure, and everybody like, "Whoa! I've never looked at it that way."
There you go.
I tell you what, if as long as the person who draws it is in my cell phone, how about it counts as me?
Here you go, Izzy. This is who you need to get.
Yeah, I saw that last time. Who did that again?
Option.
Karate Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, what is it? Vadina?
No, forward me the IGs and I'll I'll put them in the chat.
Yeah.
Because we got a comic artist chat. So if I know who's a comic artist, then we'll throw them in the chat.
I won that off the now defunct Burke Family 54 channel.
Yeah. Well, don't forget my son over here. He's a phenomenal artist. He's done many sketch covers. He's so engrossed in what he's doing right now that he's refusing to acknowledge us. He's talking about being too good for the chat. Oh my god. Maybe he's advising what people on the I don't even know who his football team is. But who cares? Beckerman, how are you? Talk to somebody who cares and acknowledges us.
Doing good. Just uploading my second short. It's up now. It's pieces of my comic book collection
on your own channel
on Comic Viking. I don't have a channel.
I was going to say, wait a second.
He doesn't have a channel. Now I got to look. Where's my phone?
The series started yesterday with part 1. And today, Mark, remember when you were like, oh, I didn't know you could mix video and stuff. Completely forgot how I did it the day before. That's why I'm late. It took for freaking ever.
I tried to do that with the sound that we were talking about yesterday. Could not find that option on mine.
Okay, I can take you through it. Do you have a Droid?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here. So I can actually teach you something.
Did you guys know there's a Gran Turismo movie coming out?
I did not.
Beckerman.
So I've seen Gran Torino.
No, Turismo.
Somebody's watching my video.
No, Gran Turismo is actually
video game
scheduled to come out August 11th.
Yeah, there's a. I'm more excited for Twisted Metal that they announced is coming.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Okay, it's not going to be a bad summer.
Oh.
I'm just looking at this list. It's not bad. I think it's spaced out pretty good.
Feels like movies are back.
Yeah, July 21st. You got Oppenheimer versus Barbie
through the hole in the wall.
Wow, on the same day.
Yeah. I have a question because I'm assuming this is a game, but I don't know. What was the deal with this Twisted Metal? Thing?
It was a video game on PlayStation in the late 90s, early 2000s where you pick a car and you drive around and you have weapons and missiles and you pick them up and you try to blow up your opponent. It's like Mario Kart, but more
extreme
and no balloon.
Yeah, and it had like a clown as a mascot type of thing.
Yeah, there's an ice cream truck with a crazy clown that drove it.
I mean, they got the Falcon.
Yeah, that sounds like
right?
they should make a movie out of that.
See, I played 64, and their version of it was called Vigilante 8.
Okay. I mean, I had Peacock. I was gonna, when you posted that, I was like, I can watch that. Let me see what that is. It now? It's happening now, so you can go and look at it now.
No, that was just the first poster that they shared for it.
Oh, so it's not out now yet. Okay, and that's the Falcon, right? I couldn't.
Yeah, that was Anthony.
Yeah. I can't.
Well, he's Captain America now.
Okay,
He's Captain America
now. Whatever.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, he'll always.
He earned it, man. He earned his shield.
He'll always be the Falcon in my heart. You know.
I bet you that the next movie is gonna still be like, I can't do this.
I was watching Winter Soldier the other day, and I was like,
one of my favorites. I love that movie.
When he knocks on his door and he's like, "Hey, we don't got anywhere else to go." He's like, "Come on in." He's like, "Let me talk to you about this."
I think my favorite scene is the elevator scene.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
That scene is awesome.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I forgot where was it? It was in Endgame, right? Where he goes back into the elevator and he does that Hell Hydra, kind of like Captain America. It's a nice little joke there.
Let me see something.
Okay, so I'm just looking at this list. All right, I think I can space it out pretty good. That's kind of hard, man. You gotta like space out the time to go to the movies because I got a family of 4, so that right there is a lot of money.
Go without them.
Yeah, leave them
without them.
Leave them.
Look, here's the thing: Daddy needs his time. And the kids don't want to see everything you see, and not everything you want to see with the kids. So
actually, they do.
No, they don't.
Parking lot.
And if they think they do, you tell them, no, you don't. So,
well, I'd just be with like my niece.
You could come with me to the movies and sit there, or you could stay home and play video games.
I'd be like this. Well, there's the movies right here. We could download the bootleg copy so you could watch it here.
You could guys. Here's the deal, guys. You guys could clean your rooms and do the dishes, and then we could go to the movies, or you could just stay home and play video games.
This conversation's really awkward considering your son's right next to you.
No.
Thanks, Dad.
No worries. Now go clean your room.
No offense, son, but I don't want to spend time with you. Now go do my chores.
I'll throw in a feet rub for free,
Rob. Out of state. I don't want to...
Hey, Dad, can we go to the movies? Not today.
I'm going to the movies.
I don't go to movies with you.
That's why I spent $80 on that game you're playing. Stay there.
Go to a different theater. Get yourself there. I don't want to be seen with you. People might.
Morning, Pops.
That's right. I'm going to go get some cigarettes. I'll be back. Don't wait.
This has gotten dark.
Well, I try to take them to as early as I can in the showing, so we could get matinees. That's great. I do that. I also pay in for some of my movie tickets, so I don't have to worry about that. That's always fun.
I ask you a question. How old are your kids? If you don't, or roughly, you don't even know exact age.
Not 12 and
17. And their social security numbers.
Yeah. So
what is your wife's maiden name?
Wife's maiden name. Okay, let me see if I can remember it. She still uses it as her email account, so that's a sign.
Mine maintains dual Facebooks, one under her maiden name, one under her married name. I only tag her married name.
There you go.
No, she has reasons for that, but
yeah.
No, I was just curious because, like my kids, I always go. I don't like people. Okay, so I like to go to the.
He has a YouTube channel.
I don't like.
Why do people keep trying to talk to me on the social platform? I don't get it.
I don't mind interacting with people remotely. I don't like to be around large groups of people typically. Okay, so that's why I like.
When COVID hit, Rob was like, "Yes, my dreams is
my jam."
Yes, exactly. I was.
He'd been preparing for it.
Exactly. When I would go to baseball games, that's why I became an A's fan. Right? Nobody goes.
Nobody goes to
the stadium.
And even they're leaving you.
And then but when I go to the movies, I like to go at the earliest the earliest showing where there's less people, right? I like to go on Sunday at 9:30 in the morning.
When they're you see the staff opening the doors. He's just there like,
exactly.
I'm ready, guys. I'm ready.
That's right. Give me the theater by myself, whatever else. But so always tell my family, yeah, I'm going to go see that. But I'm going. If you guys want to go, I'm going to be going at the show times at 9:30 on Sunday morning. Oh, that early? You mean I have to get up early?
Also, you can't ride with me.
You can stay. You can stay at home and sleep in if you'd rather. Yeah, I think I'll stay at home and sleep in.
So this is TVMA is based on the UK's rating system, which is suggested for 16-year-olds and up. That's the UK.
Okay, so that's
rating.
about right.
So it'll be like 21 and up in America, then, right?
Yeah, I'm going to
the UK is more lenient.
It'd be like 7 and up.
It's not that I can't be around people. I don't have a crippling phobia of being around people. I just prefer not to be. That's all.
Mike, he's not just heading to Heroes Con. He's planning our get together. I don't like people, but I will party plan the shit out of this.
And I am thoroughly thankful there, Rob. I don't know if anybody's told you, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Rob is a man that wears hats.
I was thankful until he didn't get buffalo cauliflower on the menu.
All day.
We'll get you some of them veggies. Don't worry.
I'll pick up a head of cauliflower.
He's just going for sakes of giving it to me, but it's like it literally is not even on the menus they sent me.
Ooh, they have buffalo cauliflower. I like
not on the menus. Not on the menus they sent me.
Really delicious.
But they only sent me
that.
They only sent me the party menus for the big groups.
Just get a bunch of that. That sounds good.
You can order.
Nobody has ever cared this much about cauliflower.
No,
no, they haven't.
God, everything he posted, I'm all down for. Yes, sir.
All I know is that there's more food there on their individual menus, and you're welcome to order your own individual shit to your heart's content. But
I don't want. I just want to be part of the plan.
And part of the big group. So.
Antonio Banderas is Galactus. What's that all about?
Yeah, he got offered. Apparently, it started getting talked about yesterday that the part of Galactus has been offered to Antonio Banderas.
So you're telling me Galactus is going to be played by a pussy cat?
Puss in Boots. That's a big Puss in Boots.
Or by Zorro. Or
it's the same
thing. El Mariachi.
Galactus is going to have a Spanish accent.
How is El Mariachi third on the list?
I would not be surprised.
Well, he wasn't in El Mariachi. He was in Desperado.
That's true.
And once upon a time in Mexico, but he plays a character.
And then I was trying to think of his character's name in 4 Rooms, but I can't remember it. But
oh my god, he walks in there and the kids are just on fire, holding hookers.
Dude, I love 4 Rooms.
He's going to change his name.
That movie is so good. I don't care.
It's not going to be Galactus. It's going to be Galactus. Something like that. They got to probably do something like that.
Pick him. That's just not in a bad way. Just shocking, right?
Well, he does voiceovers, so I don't know if that's the whole point.
I just thought of his appearance in Expendables and how eccentric and like unhinged he is in Expendables. I hope he brings that to Galactus.
Well, you know,
do you know why they chose him?
For which part?
Because it's easier to destroy than to create.
Am I offended?
It's easier to destroy than to create.
I am. How do you say? Wait, I am. How do you say Galactus?
Maybe
yes.
I wanted Adam Sandler as Galactus. Oh no.
Hello, you Kylo Ren Galactus phone. If you know the planet you'd like destroyed, please press 1 now. Para información en español, marque 2.
They should just have him show up in like Transformers and just look at Unicron and be like, this is my planet, sir.
I will eat you now.
I would just think like a big booming low voice, not Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
I hope he's voicing the big cosmic cloud.
There you go.
Hear me out.
Mark
Hamill.
Mark Hamill for anything, man.
I don't know if I can see. No, I could see Mark Hamill's a different type of character. I want to see Mark Hamill's acting.
He's such a good voice actor. Whatever he would do would
be
amazing.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my only thing with Mark Hamill.
Not as Galactus, though.
When it comes to, I love Mark Hamill. I think he's awesome. Right, best Joker voice ever.
Yeah, the last time people it was Joker. No one thought he'd be Joker.
No, I could see Joker.
Yeah, I couldn't. Back when he was announced.
Yeah,
no one wanted him.
But here's the thing: watch all his other shows that he's voiced over. It's the same voice. He's Hobgoblin. He's Skeletor. There's slight different pitches to him, but it all sounds the same. So I can't hear him do a Galactus voice.
Maybe that's how Galactus sounds.
Sounds like Joker.
Laughing maniacally.
That I feel like that'd be better than Antonio
Joe
Banderas.
Pesci. I like the Joe Pesci.
Galactus was funny like how?
The guy that does Optimus
Get it?
Prime,
Leo,
right?
get
That's who I'd want.
Get.
What's his name?
It's
The
too
Optimus
bad
Prime
Gilbert
guy.
Gottfried is no longer with us.
Oh, wouldn't that have been awesome? Wow, and put him with the big, put him with the big helmet, so you no
Bobcat
CGI,
No
no CGI. Just
No.
give him the helmet.
What? I'm supposed to eat.
What am I supposed to do with this thing? How am I supposed to get out of this?
Yeah, Rob had to go with Bobcat.
Yeah.
God.
Maybe look at like Kevin Spacey.
I'm here to eat your planet.
You know, while we're at it, you can get Larry David to do it too, and you just put every time he pops up, you just get the Kirby Enthusiasm music. There you go. That's a good. That's Galactus to me.
There you go.
What am I supposed to do here?
I could do that.
What did
I
I
could
do?
see myself as Galactus.
You're about as tall as he is.
What did I do?
Ben Stein played. I like that one. Ben Stein is Galactus.
Kanye
Let it
West.
out.
What about Ye?
Bueller.
That'd be a good Galactus.
Surfer.
Something economics. Voodoo economics.
Anyone?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's-
man.
Here to eat your planet now.
Gosh.
Oh man, Jim Carrey does not need to play
No.
Galactus.
He should have been MODOK. That was like the rumor at first.
Yeah, never mind.
Although I thought MODOK was actually good in that movie. He was like the thing that was fun and funny about the movie when everything else was kind of boring until Kang came in.
So you weren't happy with Ant-Man 3?
I didn't hate it. I just didn't really like it. I really liked Kang, and really in the last couple weeks, I've liked him even more.
Well, say goodbye
Yeah.
to Kang, because Kang no more, pretty much. We got.
See, I don't think that's. You know what? I disagree.
I don't think that's fair.
That
I
man
don't-
is too talented. This will be brushed. I mean, it will be brushed under.
Everyone's dropping him, even if he did it or he didn't. I'm not here
Yeah,
debating
his
whether
agent
he did or
dropped
didn't.
him, right?
Everyone's
But-
dropping him.
His agent dropped
His
him?
ad,
Oh.
his agent, his agents, his PR group. They
But
all
somebody's going to
dropped
pick him up.
Somebody's gonna pick him up.
No one's going to pick him up until this is cleared.
Well, and that's fine. You know, go over to Europe and chill for a while. He's got
Yeah.
plenty of money to do whatever he wants.
Oh yeah.
He's made his
I
money
think
and
the
done
biggest
well.
concern is what's going to happen to the Kang Dynasty movie. My take is Kang Dynasty is a one and done movie when it comes to Kang. I don't think Secret War is going to be about Kang at all.
Yeah,
I don't think
agree.
Kang, I think it's just the lead up. I honestly think it's going to be Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because we're introducing Fantastic Four before that movie. So I'm assuming Doom's going to be it. They're going to probably go through Battle World so they could get all the actors back, because I think that's the only saving grace of that movie is going to be is that they got to get as many actors that they go. That movie is. I wouldn't be too surprised if that movie ends up costing them $300 million.
Let's look at aggressively.
I actually like Driver as Doom more than Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his Mr. Fantastic, but I could see him as Doom. Maybe
I could see him as
he has
Doom.
a scarier looking presence as a Doom character.
Yeah.
I could only see him as Mr. Just Okay.
I mean, you know, I just don't think he's a Mr. Fantastic. I
Right.
wasn't sure I was 100% behind John
Krasinski?
Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic either.
I think the hope was John Krasinski, so you could get Emily Blunt to play Sue, so that's his real life wife.
Mm.
That would have been cool.
What a healthy ego one has to have call themselves Mr. Fantastic.
Have you read those comics?
Yeah, where
I know
thing
you
is
have.
like things like, oh, Sue was right. I'm just a thing, and I'll be Mr. Fantastic.
Rob, I'm heading to take.
Way to read the room, Reed.
You know, he could stretch
You're
it.
leaving.
I'm taking.
I went to go
taking Finn to school.
He has, father duties he has to take care of.
I don't give a crap.
I don't worry. Well, no, apparently he does. He's got father duties.
Walk both ways.
I get to show up to these very rarely, and when I do, I expect his undivided attention.
You put bullshit breakfast ahead of your time with us, so that
Oh,
shows how much you really care.
Hey, I had to make content. That's what I do. Tyler, tell him.
You were editing. This your channel.
Yeah.
I said this from the beginning. You're taking over.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
That's
what I said.
He can't not
You're
have
a
the last
content
word.
creator,
I just love the fact he just keeps popping back his kids.
Trying to give you props.
His kids like, Dad, we gotta go. It's like, not yet. I'm busy here.
Hold on, Fat Becker said something. I gotta go tell him about himself.
No.
I would
Yeah,
like
I'll talk to you
Antonio
guys in a little
Banderas
bit.
as Doom than Galactus.
He would be a better
Yeah.
Doom. My
I
personal
would
opinion,
really
he would be
like
a
him
better.
as Doom, actually.
Who would be a better Doom?
I think
Antonio
Adam
Banderas. I would like him as Doom.
Oh
instead
yeah,
of
you know
Galactus.
what? I could see that.
No.
I could see-
I thought you said Adam Driver. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no,
Actually,
Antonio is not a Doom.
Can we pick somebody maybe who's younger?
I'm
Why don't
sorry,
we
Yeah,
I'm a
pick
real
maybe
senior-
younger.
a senior citizen to play Doom. I mean,
I'm sorry.
They-
I
Well,
can't
You know
do
who I
it.
think? You know who actually I think could do it? A Doom. What's his name? Scar.
Oh, Christoph Waltz as Doom. Christoph Waltz could play every character. in
Yeah,
the
but that
MCU,
he's
and I would
way
be
too
happy.
old for Doom.
I
I
don't think so. He'd be awesome.
I don't like any of these because I'm a stickler. I want a real Latvian to play Doom.
there you go.
Yeah. If they're not from Latveria, I'm sorry, you're not my Doom.
That's
Rob,
right.
you know any guys over there in Latveria that
Find me one Latvian
next to-
actor.
Isn't that near
100%
Romania?
agree with Becker, Latvian
Maybe.
representation matters.
You know,
It does.
Right over
Latvian
near-
representation matters.
over there near Romania, Latveria, aren't they in the same area?
It would be
Cocaine.
offensive if they didn't, and disrespectful to the rich tradition of the proud Latvian people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because they're gonna revolt, aren't they? There's so many of them, right?
Some of them are revolting, but
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't gonna disparage these proud people.
Oh, you know
Cocaine
what I was
Bear is
thinking the
Doom.
other day? I don't remember whose show I was watching. It might have been Comic Vets on Wednesday. Somebody said something that made me think, what if we casted like a fake casting of the comic community as people? Like, who would you cast as this out of the people we know in the comic community? And I just think it would be fun. It'd be a fun, like,
Didn't
show.
Shop do that already?
Yeah, but we can ignore what he did and make our own. Because a lot of times he picked like the character you like, but that doesn't necessarily mean the character you should be cast as.
Right.
Poor
I'm
him.
okay. I'm okay to be cast as Adam Warlock, the perfect.
No,
human.
you're not Adam Warlock. Not mine.
perfect human. I think I'm perfect enough.
Jason
got-
uses Dr. Doom.
Yeah, but your
No.
wife disagrees, so we have to move on.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, Tyler, in this perfect casting of yours, proceed.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta
just saying
kick it
we
off.
should do a stream
No,
about it.
you said that you
want to
think
do
that
it
you-
right now.
You said that you could do it, so let's go.
No, I didn't
Let's
say
hear
I
it.
could do it.
Yes,
I
you
said
did.
we should.
He
do it.
never
Yes, he
said that, Rob.
I never
Nope.
said I could do
Come on,
it.
Beckerman.
It would be fun.
I'm gonna say out
He
of this
absolutely
one.
said I could do it right now.
I mean, yes, that is exactly what he said.
But we need like a format. Like, are we starting with the character?
Just pick somebody.
And then,
No, you just pick, take your panelist here, and you tell us who they should be in the Marvel or DC universe.
oh God, I got to think about it. This is like
Oh,
a
I
serious.
thought it was right.
But yeah, I'll do it right now. I just
Yeah,
have
there
to
you go.
think.
You can start with Digger.
Oh God.
Go, man.
Mm-mm.
Lady Fantastic, I could not be Doom. If I was going to be anybody, I guess it would be like, remember in Age of Apocalypse when Sabretooth had Wild Child? Like, sitting on his shoulder with a chain and everything.
You want to be a wild?
So if they ever needed like a mini version of Blob to be on his shoulder, I could be that guy, like mini Blob.
Mini Blob.
I could do that.
Here's a thought. Going back to Doom, the guy from the 007 movie, when the first one where he's playing poker. What's his name? Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, I could see him as Doom. Now,
considering that they just wear an iron mask, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but well,
I think the person, whoever plays Doom, I'll be honest, whoever wants to play Doom, I think just like they did in I wasn't crazy about their rendition, but the actor, I forgot who the actors was. The actor that plays Doom in the Fantastic Four movies, I actually liked him. But I can't remember his name. But I didn't like what they did to the character. I think whoever plays Doom has to be a good-looking guy. Honestly, that's where Adam Driver might not work.
They're going to be behind a mask and armor.
Yeah, but
they need experience acting behind armor, not showing their face.
Yeah, but the actor we have to at least know what he looks like.
Yeah, we probably know anybody who is.
It'll be Tom Hardy. You're
role, wearing armor, not showing their face.
Tom Hardy. Hayden Christensen.
Julian
Jack.
I kind of like that now. Hayden Christensen for Doom.
So pretty much any Vader-like character,
or Mandalorian.
That wouldn't be terrible.
Well, Pedro Pascal. Nah, I don't think he would do it.
He wouldn't want to do it because he'd quit halfway through because he's not showing his face enough.
No, he does. Yeah, exactly. He's not going to show his face.
I know I signed this contract. It makes me well paid, but damn it, I want to show my face.
You know what? But no. James Earl Jones would have been great as Doom back in the day. James Earl Jones is retired now.
He could do the voice of Doom.
He should have been the voice of Unicron, to tell you the truth. Who is the voice of Unicron?
Or the voice of Galactus. He could be the voice of Galactus.
There's only one voice of Unicron in my head.
Yes.
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. His last performance, too.
Yeah.
Maybe he could do it.
He passed away, dude.
Hey, modern technology.
Yeah.
He passed away a long time ago.
Have you not seen some of these AI?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Michael Jackson's back in concert.
My son was just talking about that last night. He's like, Dad, you just wouldn't believe how realistic the voice sounds of these AIs. It's getting scary good.
So Unicron is going to be...
There's some people that predicted this a while ago about the fact that estates of famous actors and stuff would have to be more and more cognizant of what's going on because of the fact that more and more possibilities for actors to be used beyond their lifetime and have people do endorsements or other types of stuff. So,
well, yeah, I mean, that's what he was saying between the digital part of it, the art digital part of it, you could pretty much create, once they get the voice perfect, you could create somebody doing anything digitally.
Right. I mean, yeah, because you look at what they did in and now it's years ago since they did with Rogue One with Peter Cushing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so now you go, okay, what can you do now and stuff? And it's like, because you see some of the stuff they do just on like people's phones and shit, and you're like, Jesus.
Yeah. He actually, when he was talking to me about it, was more upset about it. Because
I get upset about it because I go, you're getting to the point now where video and photographic evidence is no longer actual evidence.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what he was pointing out.
You literally can't trust.
Hey, if it gets me out of tickets, I'm okay with that.
Well,
it gets me out of these tickets, man. Some of these tickets annoy me, man.
So, you know what? This is kind of.
Rob has bad lock the lead. I love it. Perfect, Taylor.
Kind of, yeah.
I can see that, Bat Rob.
Just from his mustache. He kind of got you there, Rob. You know, Batroc does carry that same style.
So does a swordsman, so.
Oh, touche.
There you go.
Touche.
I like what you did there, Digger.
Yes. I'm glad you caught that, sir.
As a person who, I used to actually be a fencer in college.
Nice.
I knew touche very well. Yeah.
Nice. So I've been periodically watching, not watching, listening. It's a podcast, but he films it, so I don't know why you really would call it podcast. The guy Michael Rosenbaum, he played Lex Luthor.
Luthor, he played Flash in the animated series,
and
and most importantly, Amsterdam Kids on Conan O'Brien.
Okay,
he's also he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's playing. I can't. What character was it?
What? Oh
no, he's playing. Oh my goodness, the Crystal Guardian. Can't remember his name now.
Martin
X. Yeah, he's playing Martin X in Guardians.
Really?
So you were saying, yeah, he played Martin X in Volume 2, and he's going to be in Volume 3.
Now I got to look. Anyway, he does this little podcast thing, and he gets famous people to come on that he knows, and they talk about stuff. And I was watching the Michael Biehn episode, and that guy. I think people just don't get how many great directors and so forth that he's worked with. And he was talking about when he did Alien. No, I'm sorry, not Aliens. He just finished up Terminator. It was his first, I think pretty much what we all remember him for. And they just finished shooting, and he's tired. He's like, man, I'm just gonna decompress. And he gets a call, and James Cameron, calls him, and he's like, hey, not him, but his wife calls and says, hey, James needs you to come over and look at this. He's got some footage he wants you to look at. And he's like, God, man, I'm beat. Do I really need to come over? And he's like, yeah, it's really important. So he goes over there, and he goes into James Cameron's office, and James Cameron's just over there writing away. I mean, just writing away. And he doesn't say anything to him because he looks like he's deep in thought. And finally he says, hey, James, what do you got to show me? And he's like, what are you working on that's so intense? He'd already started writing Aliens. He had 90 pages of the Alien script already written, ready to go after Terminator. And he's like, that's just the way that guy is. And then after Aliens, and then I think it was after Aliens, he came by to say
he should play Galactus.
Oh, Mr. Biehn. Yeah, no.
I love him.
I love him, but he's not that.
Mr. Biehn is the worst character ever that Rowan Atkinson has played.
That's fine, but he's
done so many better characters.
Yeah,
Mr. Biehn is horrible.
But then when he was he was talking about later on, he went by to his house, and he showed him 2 scripts, and one of them was named Avatar, and the other one was Attila Battle Angel. And he's like, well, when are you going to do those? He goes, I have to wait until technology catches up to what I need from this. It took him 10 years before he did Avatar from that point on.
Started Avatar, and then
it
still took
that's what I mean.
Like 8 years.
Yeah,
another 10 years.
I need 10 years. But he said that's the way that guy is. He never stops working. But that's what we were talking about earlier with the whole technology and how it's where it is today. Oh man, he's got to be loving it. He can just write stuff and go like, here, make it now. It's good. We got everything we need.
Every leap in technology in movies is so it's felt years later, even if you don't even notice. I'd say Into the Spider-Verse was that.
Yeah.
Animation is going that direction now, which I love. Like, I don't know if anyone saw Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That shit is fucking fire. But the animation is next level good, and the story is too.
Mm-hmm. They've just been able to do so much with it now that we've been fortunate enough to see it progress. And I mean, I love everything James Cameron's done, in my opinion, but I love listening to these podcasts because these people are so brutal. I mean, Michael, he asked me, he's like, did you like working on Tombstone? He said, I mean, he goes into this whole thing about how, the director was a fucking asshole. And I said 5 words to him. I said hello when we first got there. And then 2 days into the shoot, he comes up and starts sucking up to me. And I said, go fuck yourself. And that was it. Because he treated people so bad on the set that he was like, I'm not having anything of this guy. I'm coming to do this movie. And he said the best part of it was Kurt Russell. The rest of it, he didn't care about. He said he didn't like playing Navy SEALs either. He said that could have been so big. And again, they fumbled the ball. And I was like, wow. I like it when they get on there, though, and they get brutally honest. And they tell you stories. You know, that's I could sit there and listen to those all day. He did James Caan. I mean, yeah, no, not James Caan. Scott Caan, his son. And that was amazing. So it was the director of Tombstone. God, I can't think of his name. It was like Sadavarius or something. I don't know. I have to look it up. The director of Tombstone, whoever directed Tombstone, Michael Bean said was a total tool.
Well, there's been lots of stories about that, and people said it.
George Cosmatos.
Cosmatos, yeah, maybe that's what it was. It was like a Greek name, but he wasn't the original director. They had another guy on there. He said,
Kevin Jarrett.
They were 4 weeks in, and they axed him. So
yeah,
he didn't talk about Michael Bay.
I've heard several stories about that movie that people didn't like the director when he came in, and basically that Kurt Russell was the saving grace that kept everything going. And
yeah, because Kurt Russell's a professional, man. That dude been acting since he was probably 10.
No, he's been acting since he was he was an original Disney kid.
I know. That's
how long back.
Saying. I mean,
Swiss Family Robinson, I think it was that he did.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the computer who wore tennis shoes. Come on, bro. I got you.
You know,
I got you.
He comes from his dad. His dad busted out a few movies.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, he's. Yeah. I just like the show. Like, it seems like Michael focuses on trying to see or trying to show people that these people. That these actors, they have their own levels of insecurity and mental illnesses and so forth. So,
just like Tyler,
you know, it's not nice to talk about your kid like that.
Dude, I'm brutally honest. I don't care. I don't hold back. Kids are coddled. They need to be freaking treated like adults. And that means told the harsh realities of the world sometimes.
The harsh reality. I tell you, when I was listening to the Scott Caan interview he did, he asked him point blank. He says, "Did your father tell you he loved you?" And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely, every day." And he's like, "Really?" And he's like, "And I'll tell you why. Because my grandfather never said it to my dad." And he goes, "Really?" And he's like, "Absolutely." I mean, you know, my grandfather was a tough, big, Jewish butcher in New York City. And he just, he put that belt out on the table. And if you got out of line, that belt came out. And he's like, he said, my father, when he finally figured it out was when one time he was in New York City, because he'd said, "Hey, Dad, look at this. What'd you think?" And he would be like, But he said he was in New York for something. I think he's a DVH. And he had to go, or he was coming out of a bar, and this guy pulled him aside and said, "Listen, I need you to know this. Your dad is in the back, and he has been talking you up for the last hour and a half. My son is great in this, and my son is awesome in this, and my son did this." And he had no idea. Like, he would never show it in front of him, but god darn, man, he never stopped when he wasn't around. And it validated that he did love him, but it also made him go, "I'm not going to do that with my kid." And that was interesting, because I mean, man, James Caan, he was always scary to me. Like, I don't know if he'd have been my dad, I'd have been like, "Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir."
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I grew up, it was sort of similar. I mean, my dad, it was through actions and what you saw, like when you got into trouble and you were like, not with him, but I mean, like, you got into legit trouble. He was the first one there that, it was like, he was very good at separating emotion from things and just, okay, we're going to take care. So we're circling the wagons. We're going to take care of what we need to take care of. We do this. And then later on, it was like, okay, dude, I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah.
And that was like, you knew you were, and stuff was like that. It's like, he wouldn't necessarily. Well, there was times where, because every parent back, or a lot of parents back when we were growing up would spank their kids or whatnot.
Sure.
He would never do that if he was emotional. He was very good about separate. No, go away. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, it's like, oh,
yeah,
one of those moments, right? Like
yeah,
the walk of shame.
Yeah, you're like, oh crap.
Call all your friends, tell them that goodbye.
Yeah, and my entire dad's side of the family is not. It's funny because I joke about it half the time. It's like, you get them together for family gatherings. Still this day, they're not a hugging family. They're not a emotional. We'll spend hours talking, but when you leave, you go, "What did we talk about?" I don't know. Nothing. Nobody said nothing of substance. It was like 7 hours of small talk.
Right.
And it's like, you really don't know. Well, how are they doing? I don't know. I think he got a new job.
Yeah.
These things, it's just really weird. But at the same time, it's like more now as we've gotten older and we're no longer kids. My dad, the difference in what I get out of him and express is far different than it was when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
And, I think we all evolve some of that, because how I parent my kids is different than how my dad parented.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, as many of you can imagine, I'm probably not the biggest hugger and everything of my kids. Not that I didn't hug my kids and show affection to my kids and tell them that I love them and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, but, you hug me.
Yeah. But I also would tell them, why don't you go play by yourself?
Tyler, here's a ticket to Chicago. Get out of here.
And here's the thing.
So let's go play in the corn somewhere. Get lost in the corn.
Brother John and I were raised in I'm not gonna say a strict religious background, but we were set to go. You had to go to church every Sunday. Wednesday night, you went to Wednesday night supper at church and all that. So we were involved, but I remember, like it was yesterday, the old man, and this is what this is like the separation from who he wants to show you versus who he is. I remember when Conan came out, and he came to me. He's like, "Listen, you like this superhero stuff. We're going to go see that." And I don't remember. I think I was like, I think when Conan came out, I was like, maybe
like 81 or something like that.
Yeah. I think I was, 8th grade. He's like, "I'm taking you to see that." And we went and saw Conan, and I thought, this is the coolest thing in the world, because I knew as a, snotty kid, I'm going to see some, cutting up, some, Arnold killing some people, probably some naked chicks. I mean,
dudes eating Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That was like a bonding moment. I'll never forget it, because I was like, yeah, we're going to go see Conan. And he also brought me the Linda Carter poster and said, "Here, I heard you like superheroes." But that's what he wanted to go look at every day,
That's why he always go into your room just to see you got that poster up, right? Okay, you gotta go.
I would see my dad, my dad's affection come through the things that he would do. Like I said, it's like, he would go out for like, we were kids' activities that we're involved in, and we're doing. He would get involved and do. I mean, my dad was huge involved in scouting, even long, because kids were in scouts, and did so much stuff even beyond when we were gone. He remained active in it and all this other stuff far more than that stuff. And so I did that, like when my kids were young. So I never played soccer as a kid, but I was a soccer coach for both of my kids. I was, I learned how to play. I learned the basics of soccer to be able to teach the young kids. I was in scouts with my kids. I did stuff with, you showed them that you support them and support their activities and stuff like that stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a little bit better now than I was when I was younger, but
my father was different than that. My dad was completely different. My dad was, for those of you who don't know, if you're ever in the hood, it's like the bodega. He was the guy that hanged out in the bodega all day, right? But he was a loving guy, but he wasn't like a dad. Like, you guys tell me stories about what your dad did with you. My dad didn't do none of that. My dad just hanged out in the bodega from a certain time to a certain time, came home, talked. The only time we really bonded was when we would watch wrestling. That was our bonding moment. And that's one of the main reasons why I still watch wrestling. He took me to Madison Square Garden so many times when I was a kid, that, I got to go to the first SummerSlam. I got to go to see Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair, because that was supposed to be the match for WrestleMania, but they were having these undercards. So they used to do that before, like tryout matches, I guess.
Yeah.
So I never had those bonding moments. The closest thing I have to a bonding moment with my dad is when he took me to a store, because my mom forced him to take me to a store to buy clothes. And he went into the store. First of all, he hated the shop because it was Alexander's. Right. If you guys remember Alexander's, goes to Alexander. Yeah. So think of like a Macy's or something like that.
Okay. I know Macy's. Yeah.
Of something like that, but not exactly. But it was like, it's one of those types of stores. So you go to Alexander's, and in there, he's like, I got to get you clothes. What are you going to get? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm a 7-year-old kid. He sees this one T-shirt, and it's of the Road Warriors. And he's like, that's your shirt. He didn't. That's it. So he goes to the counter. He tells the lady, I'm buying this shirt for my son. Right? No pants, no underwear, nothing, no socks, nothing, just a T-shirt. Right?
That's all you need.
So she's like,
full Winnie the Pooh.
The tag's not there. And he says, and you know how much it costs. It's like, just put the number. So it's like, I need the tag. It's like, it's the only shirt. So it's like, damn it, that's why I hate this place. You had to get the manager up, right? So the manager could say, just sell him the shirt for this price. And then we come home, and that's the only thing he has ever bought me, ever.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
But he was always a loving guy. So he was a good man. I'll give him that much.
I remember I remember bonding with my dad my dad was a police officer early on, and when he was young, so he was working like graveyard. So he would be getting up to get ready for work as I was getting ready to go to bed, type of thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember we had the routine where I got to go back there. I would help him to polish his boots and buff his boots and help him get all his gear on and pin his badge on, and sit there and like pretend shave with him while he was shaving and stuff, and he'd go off. And then whenever we had stuff when I was in elementary school and stuff, Dad would always be the guy who brought the squad car to school. So you got to be that cool kid, right? Because every young kid would love police cars back then and stuff, and you get to climb through it, and my dad would be the one who was there doing all that stuff.
Less cool in high school.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you are Miles Morales.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good talk there. I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta do some stuff here, but I'll see you guys soon, guys.
Take it easy.
I still get to talk to my dad every Friday, and I see him on a live show every Saturday on Only Slabs.
Nice.
So it's nice.
No, my dad split when I was about 5-6 years old, and later I would find out he was in federal prison for 19 years. But I was in scouting because my mom wanted me to have
a male
that, what I was missing. So it's funny that we both have like really fond memories of scouting, but like from two different
I felt bad though, because it's like, so here's the thing that I did a lot of stuff for my son. And it's like being involved in scouting, but it was really one of the things I was cognizant of, especially at the Cub Scout level, in the younger levels. For those who aren't familiar with it, grade school level, is I ended up becoming I was the Cub Master, so I was in charge of the entire pack, and so I would put. And some of you guys have heard rumors that I'm kind of a planner and organizer and stuff. So all these activities and stuff, I would be heavily involved in organizing new and stuff. Well, that meant a lot of these things that like my son would be at these events, but I was so busy running all the activities and everything else that he didn't get as much me and him time.
Right.
You were making sure everybody.
Exactly. I'm busy making sure that everybody's getting everything that's going on. And so some of those activities I try to carve out time to make sure I was with him, but I got cognizant of that. So that was why, like, as he was ending his time in Cub Scouts and get ready to move on to the next level, it was like, okay, his last year in Cub Scouts, I asked him, I said, hey, what do you, for your last year, what do you want Dad to be? Do you want me to remain the Cub Master? Do you want me to be your den leader? Do you want me to just be Dad? Or whatever, whatever. What do you want? And he said, I want you to be my den leader. I was like, okay, fine. And I stepped down to be that so I could be on with him. And then when he went into Boy Scouts, I just took on a parent role, or on the committee. So that way,
you weren't a Scoutmaster.
No, because I've been a scoutmaster in the past, and I started off as one, but or an assistant scoutmaster. But the problem with at the Boy Scout level, the idea is the boys are supposed to run things,
right?
And you're supposed to allow them to run things, even if they're making mistakes,
right?
Because
you can't do that,
because
you?
the idea is that you're supposed to let them make mistakes in a safe environment and learn from those mistakes. Right?
Rob's like scratching the skin off of bone.
Right. So I couldn't do that. I recognized my own said I would not be able to just stand back and let that happen. I'd want to control. So
I totally was okay with it.
So the space for me was not in that role. That wasn't the right role for me. The right role instead was for me to be on the committee. So I was the committee chairman, where with the parents, my strengths of control and order and structure and everything else was being used for what it should be. And I was then not hands-on with the boys there, literally or figuratively, to
good to know.
Yeah. So anyways, I mean, it was
no,
Tyler,
not saying anything. Keep going, Dad.
And same Mike, by the way. Evil said he's an Eagle Scout. You were Eagle Scout, right, Rob?
No,
you didn't finish.
I was Life Scout, and I ended up ran out of time. My
to get your Eagle project.
Yeah, there were two things that distracted me. One was my wife. I was dating her at the time, and
what a short-term goal that was.
And the second was at the time I was applying to the academies, and the Army had just declared me basically dead, and I was fighting with the Army to prove that I wasn't dead. So that I could pass my medical review, because they had flunked me out of my medical the first go round, saying that I basically had massive heart issues and quadruple heart murmurs and some other bullshit stuff that my doctors couldn't find any evidence of. And so then I had to go fight that and go to these specialists and all this other shit, and it consumed a lot of time because they kept having me drive up to the Army doctors to have their doctors review everything, and eventually proved that no, I'm still alive. And
yeah, my Eagle Scout project got completed 2.5 weeks before my deadline,
just in time.
And I put a lot of effort into this bridge at a camp back in Iowa, Burton. And it was a really cool bridge. It served a good purpose to get across a creek that had been growing in size.
Ouch.
And then we got, oh my gosh, I just saw that from Norman. Anyway, built this awesome bridge, had some friends volunteer. We put the time in. We actually did a good job. Then Iowa got like a decade's topping flood. And my bridge washed away like a month after I built it. But I had already had my spaghetti dinner, so I was good.
You were good to go.
I was done. Yeah. No take back, scouts.
It's funny, is one of my first things was I had gone to Boy Scouts was a backpacking trip, and on that backpacking trip, because I was a younger scout, we didn't go on. There were some scouts that were doing their 50-miler, so they had been out there, and then the younger scouts joined them for like the last 2 days of the backpacking trips, and I showed up, and they had apparently had to have one of the scouts airlifted earlier because he had fallen into the campfire. And had gotten all these burns, and then it was I remember that basically the story was that the scouts would tell was along the way they had found a He-Man action figure, and they started like they were bringing it along like a totem, and they were like at night they would like tie a noose around it, hang it in the tree, and then the kid that went up to go get the He-Man out of the tree fell out of the tree and hurt himself, and then basically anybody who did anything bad to this thing got hurt supposedly, and this kid had done something, and next thing you know he fell in the fire.
It's like the Greg Brady episode.
So then right, exactly. So then they ended up going and taking I remember we went down to the beach, and they took the head off the He-Man and they poured white gas in it, and then like a trail, and then lit this trail of white gas, and then melted this He-Man figure. Yeah. And then at the court of honor, they had this scout that came up and fallen in the fire. They presented him with this fucking
Burn team, man.
Good evening. Wow. Good morning, everyone.
Hi,
Mr. DJ Links, ladies and gentlemen.
How's everyone doing?
Don't forget to check him out in the mix at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That would be this Friday, tonight even.
That's right, 9 p.m. Eastern time, the only time that matters.
Unless you're in a different time zone.
You're absolutely correct, sir. I shall send you a Bird He-Man figure in your honor.
Phenomenal. For those
we had a kid get injured in Scouts at that same camp I built the bridge. On the other side of the grounds, there were the series of gorges that they had trails going through.
Is that why you built the bridge?
No, these bridges were different because they were high off the ground to cover gorges. You will probably remember it. I think they've outlawed it for like kids. It was cable bridges where like you had two cables above you and one thicker one. Yeah. Yes.
They outlawed everything for kids.
Yeah. We can't do that anymore.
You can do it, but what you have to have a safety harness, and it's
tethered we didn't have a safety harness.
So if you fall, you
learn.
No, in the
and the kid's last name was Fall. That how prophetic. Yeah. He was about halfway across, and he ate it, man. Literally, like he fell about. At the time, it felt like probably 40 feet, but looking back, it was probably about 19. Still bad. He landed on a boulder, messed himself. Broken collarbone. They had to airlift him. Broken collarbone. Or no, they didn't airlift him. They couldn't because the altitude.
Yeah.
They couldn't.
Did he get his badge?
I don't think there was.
All those guys got that medical safety badge for taking care of
that trip was the one where we got our red flannel, where you had to sleep outside.
Oh, okay.
In certain degree of weather.
I was never part of the Boy Scouts. We were, like I said, we had a religious thing that my brother and I did that was pretty much the same thing, and
that's definitely
really hoping the kid got hurt on Beckerman's Bridge. By maiming one child and then having my bridge washed.
Wow, they used a badge to hold his collarbone together.
Jesus Christ,
Jeez Louise!
The way you use your stickers.
Evil knows below 30 degrees. Yeah, the red flannel trip.
I was happy that the whole deal, like for my son, we were able to send them both to the national and the world jamboree, which was
I didn't ever.
Well,
I did Philmont once.
Yeah, well, fortunately for the world jamboree when my son went was in the U.S., so it was much more affordable for me than sending him internationally. But he got that chance to meet all these international scouts from all around the world and stuff, and which was good because he's very much an introvert. So being able to send him to a place like a jamboree where for 10 days there's no electronics and stuff, and they're actually having to talk with people and they're getting to meet people from all around the world and different experiences and whatnot, it was phenomenal. And he actually, one of the things that he talks about all the time is being transformative and really opening his eyes up to a lot of different things, which was great. But
yeah, like growing up in the inner city, we never, like, I didn't even hear about Boy Scouts or Eagle Scouts until I was an adult. Like, I had no idea what that was.
Right. There were city scouts, though. We were just having this conversation last weekend on the Comic Viking with Bill Morrison, because he was in Scouts, and Scott Hoarder's Hide was like Googling him as what he was watching the stream, and Scott's really big into scouting. And he found out that Bill actually did the artwork for one of the national jamborees.
Oh, cool.
And was asking about it. And now I think he's like tracked the art down and bought it.
He's bought it. I'm sure he has.
In Hoarder's Hide fashion, he owned several pieces of Bill's art by the end of the discussion.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Because he got into the whole story. Because, like I said, Hoarder's Hide, big into scouting. And so we had a discussion about scouting.
I know, Lady F. I mean, I've heard a lot of things. My youngest was in Girl Scouts. There were some things that they did to her, but the problem with the Girl Scouts, it's really based on what the parents are willing to do. So I know some Girl Scout troops that did do all the outdoorsy stuff, but those but their moms were super into all the outdoor stuff, whereas a lot of them don't because the moms weren't into it. And the way that a lot of the Girl Scout things were set up was they weren't allowing men to do a lot of so many leadership roles. So it had to be mom led. Now, of course, you have a lot of girls that do like that outer stuff. Now they can be in Scouts because it's no longer Boy Scouts; it's just Scouts USA, and So girls are able to do that. Girls can earn their Eagle Scout. They can do all that stuff. I know we started like. Well, the one thing that we did do, like when I was a Cub Master of the Cub Scout pack, is my wife ran a Girl Scout troop.
DJ, can you mute?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So I ran a Cub Scout pack. My wife ran a Girl Scout troop. We had her troop was about the same age. It was filled with a lot of the sisters of the Cub Scouts. So we did a lot of our activities since Cub Scouts was really supposed to be about family. We did a lot of family things where we allowed. Like our Pinewood Derby, we had a sibling division. So they all could do their cars and they could do stuff. And a lot of stuff we did, essentially the Girl Scouts would do their things along. My wife's troop would do their things along with the Cub Scout. We sometimes even had joint efforts and stuff like that. We would let the girls get the same they would go on the outings and do the same activities. So the girls that were in the Girl Scouts would give them the same patches. We would just have those parents pay for them because if they wanted them, because it couldn't come out of the troops or packs money, but so they would pay for it themselves. And the girls would get recognized just the same, which was so nice.
You sound disappointed. Are you not in favor of girls just being in the Scouts run?
I'm actually in favor of it. I've never understood, especially at Cub Scout level where it was all about families and doing everything as a group. I never understood how you were telling the daughters it was, you could come on these outings, you could do all these activities, but I couldn't give you the patch at the end of the day, or that you couldn't. And we're telling all these, you're doing all these messages saying that, there's that boys and girls and they can do all the same things and everything else. Oh, but they can't earn the patch though. That it was always this thing that didn't sit well with me, and I understood it was always because
the way God intended.
Because somewhere at the end of the day, it was a bunch of old white guys sitting at a committee that felt
you can't say white guys on the show.
That if a woman earned their Eagle Scout, because now that's changed, and I think it's much for the better.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the world, scouting is co-ed. It was only in the U.S.
They call it Guy Scouts in Europe.
It's only in the U.S. that it was separated, and that was
in France they call it
I appreciated my time in Scouts, and it helped me a lot in my life. So I can't trash scouting, and I'm glad it happened the way it did.
Mean, with all due respect, I love Scouts and what it stands for, but I have to endure more survival techniques just taking the train from work home. So.
Well,
you were in a different form of Scouts.
Different survival, yeah.
I think New York City Scouts would have been a totally different thing. Listen, we're going to Central Park and we're going to show you how to build a fire. But listen, we're going to teach you advanced combative mugging techniques on the way there because we're probably going to be hit at least 4 times.
City Scouts. We actually talked about
how to not stare out an irate crackhead.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be like how to disarm a crackhead and stab him in the neck with his own glass pipe.
There you go.
Well, from last
weekend,
weekend,
we're going to teach you how to build a fire too.
Last weekend, Bill was mentioning like City Scouts for him, like because he was a scout in Detroit.
Yeah.
And it is different. Like there's way less camping. It's a lot about service. It's about community service and volunteering.
Yeah, because you have to travel further to go outdoors.
How to get free TVs from Walmart.
Yeah, he was just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit.
There's a whole bunch of stuff on urban hiking and all these other things, but
we've never heard that before.
I think if you put a good guitar riff to that, it might be something.
We made that joke, and he's like, nobody has ever referred to any part of Detroit as South Detroit because he's like, I'm from that area, and I lived in South Detroit, but nobody called it South Detroit.
I know at least one person who did.
Yeah, Dirty. Steve Perry.
All right. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to our fearless leader has returned, Legion of Comics, Mark. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good.
How was the traffic?
I'm mad that the Girl Scouts didn't offer those girls those opportunities that they wanted. Caroline's sad.
Yes, but damn it, they got to sell cookies.
Yeah. They take a lot of pride in that shit, man.
You know, but you know what's really so as my wife having run a troop, I really think it's the biggest scam on the planet because the girls only get like about 15 to 25 cents a box.
The planet, ladies and gentlemen.
Are they there to make money? I don't know what the Girl Scout cookie sells.
The idea is that it's supposed to.
It's not Halliburton.
It's supposed to raise money for them to do activities and stuff because they do get budget that they didn't choose up, but it's also for them. Supposedly, they position it as to learn to be entrepreneurs and learn, and learn to talk to people, and there's activities that come from it, but it's basically to raise money for the Girl Scouts, but they give so little money to the units that it's really. That's the thing I think is the biggest scam is that so little amount goes to the actual girls that are doing the work.
I'm just mad that none of the boys in the Boy Scouts grew up knowing how to sell cookies because of the disparity.
They learned how to sell popcorn.
They only let the girls sell cookies, so nobody wants your fucking popcorn. You know what I mean?
Well, the price points also that the Boy Scouts chose initially was a little outrageous. I mean, it was like, okay, the Girl Scouts were selling cookies that were $5 or less. Now I know they're more than $5 now, but it was a price point that was easy versus the Scouts going around going, would you like to buy a $20 tin of popcorn? And you're like $20 for it.
Well, the trick is you have to put the word collectible in front of it.
Oh, well, the only good thing that came out of it really was of that, at the Boy Scout level, 70% of that went back to the units, or 70% went to local council, of which the councils would typically half of that went to the unit. So each unit got about 35%. So
I just picture all of y'all sitting around wearing robes in the.
So this is really the cookie versus the Boy Scouts. This is just teaching the wage gap, right?
I believe so.
Oh, I don't know about. I know that like when we did the the wage gap with ours, I do know that like they would the boys that sold popcorn.
I'm sure they did it.
Whatever they sold.
It was macaroni. It was macaroni
for our units. 100% of what they earned from selling, we kept an account for the boys themselves, and that they could use then to cover their expenses going to camps and stuff. So it was an activity for the boys to learn how to pay their own way to go to camp and summer camps and stuff like that.
I think with the Girl Scout cookies, it does teach them that entrepreneurial spirit because when they're young, they sell the Girl Scout cookies and they immediately graduate to creating an OnlyFans page.
Mm-hmm. True entrepreneur.
Tough crowd.
DJ, do you have is Kamala Harris giving a speech in your background or something?
All right, up next, Junior Achievement.
My wife is working and she yells into her phone.
Well,
I thought you were at a symposium.
It is like New York, aren't you? Isn't there any other way to talk other than yelling?
Yeah.
Damn Latinas.
Well, you knew the job was dangerous when you married her.
It's Latinx now, DJ. Get with the times.
DJ Latinx.
With an X.
No.
So, Mark, did Steve say anything about what was going to happen to his channel now? I mean, I saw the video. I watched the video. I listened to him, what he was saying. Is he going to reapply in 30 days? Or?
I'm with Rob. He's going to whine.
Okay.
I'm over it.
I mean, being treated
This
unfairly.
is a frustrating situation for those of us close to Steve that talk to Steve. It's like, bro, you just want to shake him. Like you post, like it happens. People post content all the time. That's not a problem, but it all depends on the owner's rights on the content. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like one clip is not the same as another clip as the next clip. It's all based on the right holders. So he posted a segment of something that based on the right holders was a strike. And then he had another thing he did right after that, literally right after that, they got a strike. And all these strikes, all these copyright claims, this is all done via AI. It's an automated system. So when something like that happens with a strike, because that is an actual mark against your channel. It's called a strike because you can only get so many, you know.
Right.
A real person now comes in. A strike goes to a file where a real person goes in and verifies to make sure that YouTube did not make an error against one of their content creators. And when they came in to review his channel is not eligible for monetization based off the standards of monetization of the subscriber count and the watch hours. He hasn't been putting out content for a long time now on a regular basis, and he doesn't meet the requirements for monetization. And so because of that, they said, clean up the videos that got your strikes, get your paper up, and remonetize, you know?
Yeah.
So what a lot of people don't know either is that the 4,000 hours is per year. So if you're monetized for 10 years, and if you don't meet that 4,000 hours in year 11, you get demonetized.
Yeah, like he mentioned in that video, he's like, I didn't know that they still paid attention. Yes, they still pay attention to that.
Right. But that's how they generate their revenue is you know, the ads and so forth. That, you know, so I get that. I understand that part. It's just the part about what you put up. I mean, some people, he's not wrong. Some people put up content and you're like, how the hell can they put that up without that being a strike?
The thing is that bugged me about the whole thing is like, so he says, yes, okay, he's taking a lot of stuff where he's just taking stuff, he's clipping it, and he's putting it up, right? It's trademark stuff. He's not doing anything fundamental, whatever else that makes it fair use.
No changes whatsoever.
But by his own, he says, but it's only a little bit. But then by his own words, he says maybe 35%. I don't know if I consider 35% of your content, 1/3, a significant amount of your content.
Yeah.
He's claiming it's not significant. It is. If you're putting out 1/3 of your content,
it kind of depends.
Isn't original, and it's
are you
just
hit on hits or free throw line?
So you know what?
It's also 35% is generous.
Yeah,
on the
350 betting average.
I'm saying I'm saying that's generous on the low end right now, having not been putting out real videos for a long time now, and all you're doing is shorts. If you look at the past 28 days of your channel, as YouTube does it in segments, 28 days, 1 week, 14. In the last 28 days, like that's 90% of your content.
Yeah,
there's been a huge shift in the way that your content works, and that's another thing YouTube doesn't like per like the algorithm. If you switch up your content kind of thing, it doesn't recognize it or feed it or anything like that. It's weird.
That's me.
One of the ways to
I'm sorry, they hate me.
No, you go ahead, DJ. I'll go next.
I was going to say one of the ways to avoid that is as you're uploading your video, wait till it completely uploads, leave it unlisted, and then you're going to see whether you get a copyright strike or anything, and then you just take it down. Don't just upload it, go through the video elements, all that other stuff, and press next, and then publish so that when it finishes uploading, it automatically publishes. You don't want to do that. You always want to have it sit in the studio so that you can see what the copyright stuff is. And
it tells you if you're getting it. If they're checking that. Every time I do a video, it's checking it.
Yeah, right? So you ever get a strike, a copyright claim.
YouTube does not care about copyright claims. Go ahead, Becker. I'm sorry.
All right. Steve, you're my friend, so I don't want you to come back and say that we're not friends or text me and be mad at me. But yes, this is about you just didn't put the work in. You don't have enough hours. It's plain and simple. The copyright thing just got eyeballs on it. That's it. Plain and simple. Legion said it 100 times. You got busted for not having the work in. And this stuff is it's a process. It's like brushing your teeth, flossing, washing your hair, all of that stuff. It's just maintenance. You have to be doing stuff with your channel to stay monetized.
Right.
And he didn't. And he got caught. And he's mad about it, and I get it. I get mad at myself when I fall off a diet.
It's not being done to everybody. That's how the laws are. Well, rules and laws are not enforced. You don't have 100% enforcement. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. You know,
I didn't mean to stir the pot. I just was curious how that.
No, because I actually like Steve, and I don't want him to think like I'm picking on him.
Yeah,
but I also. As a real friend, I'm not going to sit around and listen to you lie to yourself.
Right.
And as your channel supporter, I think I should get some input on it. Like,
my favorite part.
I've been supporting him as long as I've found all of this because of Steve. I've hung out with Steve in the real world. Like, we do stuff together. He's met my wife, and we've all gone out and done stuff.
Now you have your own channel.
I like him. He's a real friend. but he's wrong on this. And sometimes you just have to tell your friend when they're wrong.
My favorite part about the whole thing is he starts it with, "Is this the end of my YouTube channel? Make sure you subscribe and like to find out."
Hey, that was good clickbait. Good clickbait. He's probably hit watch hours just from that video.
Sure.
I hope so.
Absolutely. I was just curious.
He messaged me last night with one of the copyrighted videos that are not even problematic per YouTube standards, because they don't care if you use copyrighted content. They don't care at all. That just means the person who owns it is entitled to any money generated off of it first, if they choose to take that money because it's their material more than it's yours, kind of thing. But they can choose to pass on it. You can still get paid for it. But he sent me a screenshot of a copyrighted video that was not even in question. And he says, this all seems worth it, to be honest, because it had a lot of views on it. I'm like, then I don't even know what he's mad about. I don't even know if he thinks it's worth it, then what's even the problem? And that wasn't even part of the problem that he's having with it. Okay, also I see it, Steve.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a bunch of like the shorts, you have to use the shorts to supplement your content. It shouldn't be like, a vast majority of your content. Right. But always do the work, man. Like, do the work. The copyright claims, I have a bunch of stuff with copyright claims, and that's
it would work itself out if you just had the videos every week.
Yeah. And it's perfectly fine because that's monetized, but it goes to the copyright holder. And YouTube, when you upload your video, it says you have a copyright claim. This does not affect your video. The stuff is, and that's fine. Had it been
one word that yesterday.
Yeah, if it's
when I made content,
it's
Becker got a copyright claim on his very first thing.
They dropped it though. They did drop it.
I'm just saying, my channel's clean.
It's fine.
No,
mine too.
Becker had a music track playing on it. It's him talking and showing a piece of original art. So the only thing that it could have possibly been was the music. So like I was talking to him early yesterday when he uploaded it, and I immediately uploaded a short and used the same audio just to test it. And I didn't catch
Evil. We're talking about Burke Family 54 comments.
I didn't use the YouTube music, and not half the problem.
Steve should move to Rumble. I put up and it didn't copyright it, and then at some point in the day it just fell off. Becker. Did you get an email about it or anything?
Alan did, and they removed it themselves.
Got it.
Like he didn't even have to talk to him about it. They just realized it wasn't.
So just real quick, Steve isn't Burke Family 54 Comics anymore. He's Burke Family 29 Comics because he doesn't meet the 54 threshold.
I got demonetized 2 weeks ago. I didn't bitch about it to everyone and call people out. I just decided to keep fighting with YouTube. Yeah, but dude, you go in all sincerity. I know you
CJ was monetized.
CJ, you literally only do stuff to get copyright claims and get all you do is you poke the bear of YouTube with everything you do. Except for the Hangouts, I guess.
Is that a new channel? Comic Journey?
Comic Journey?
It's not. Don't click it.
Comic Journey Strikes Back.
I need to sub up to that guy. I've never heard of it.
Joe's had a legit fight with YouTube. He literally bought music and played it. And they're like, this is copyright. He's like, it's mine. It's in the description. It's all there.
See, so that's a fallacy. If you put it in the description, it doesn't matter. What happens is if you own the song, that means you have a license and a content ID. Mm-hmm. When you dispute it, you have to put that license ID, that content ID, and it's usually like an 8-digit whatever. You have to put that in the dispute, and then you have to put your name. So that's every single video. So the backing track on my long form videos, it's the same backing track. I get a copyright claim on that all the time, but I own that song. So every single video, I put it unlisted. I get the copyright claim, and then I have to go in and put the license ID into that. So
interesting.
Wow, I have I once in a while I would get a link on my my intro and outro music for that, and every once in a while I have to then provide them with the same thing, provide them with my license for use, and then they clear it all up. But I don't get it every single time. It's only been once a year or something I get it.
DJ, you'd rather do that than just switch the music over to fair use and go through the process of just putting it out there? Because you can do that with music.
That beat is fucking dope that I use.
Say what?
In other words, that's a no.
That's his brand, baby. He bought the license. Who cares?
He's not letting other people use his rhymes.
I was watching the Y Files last night, the After Files, where they do the Hangout for a long time. There's like literally thousands of people in the chat. The channel
there were 9.9 thousand people at one point, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
When I was on there, they had over 13,000 watching. When I was looking at it, the Y Files. It's the greatest YouTube channel that's ever existed, and it's just like really getting warmed up. Yeah, it's just really getting warmed up now, and it hit like almost 2 million subscribers already. Like it's
like
it's a conspiracy theory.
The Hunt. Maybe you've not heard of it, but you know about it.
Yeah,
I've never heard of the Hunt.
But it's fantastic, and there's people that when you have like that big of a following, people like offer their services of like editing or sending in music or making music for it. And he mentioned last night. Like he's had people send him music before, but because of like they give me permission to write sound, but if someone down the road ends up buying their catalog or whatever that is listed, it can be a problem later. So that they need to file it with 2 different acronyms that he used to make it fair use, and then at that point, it's something that they can do.
Yeah,
love the Y Files.
Never seen
I
it.
like the goldfish, hecklefish. Yeah, I'm telling y'all.
I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I mainly just stand in my front yard and stare at the sun and get angry.
That's what the Wi-Fi
is favorite planet. About. Mine's the sun.
Oh shit!
You ever stare at the sun and get angry?
The sun is getting a little too hot for my tastes.
What is
all right? Stop talking about the sun. Enough about the sun.
Hey,
what? Linda Ham. Linda Ham. You ever say your name and get hungry?
Dude sounds like Casey Kasem. I like that he's a huge fan of Art Bell. I've listened to Art Bell I remember listening to him on AM radio growing up.
And if AR is still here, I'm Bob Kane.
I was.
Oh shit!
What did you think, Digger?
Oh my God, you were so right. I was like, gosh, this guy's a douchebag.
Yeah, but he's right.
I mean, he is, yeah, and that's the important part.
Yeah,
but he's douchey as hell and still be right.
You don't have the luxury of being wrong when you're dressed in an ascot. You just don't. You don't get that luxury.
I like Stan though too much.
Dude, they're dynamic and perfect for each other though. They're perfect. When Bob's trying to baptize, what's his name? Who he says
Jerry Robinson.
Jerry Robinson. Now Jerry's my friend now, so let's. Bob's like, no, we're not going to move on. If he would have created the Joker, I would not have this bar napkin with him on it. Bro, you carry that with you?
Yeah.
Like he's just great. In the book he's hawking the whole time.
Art Bell is fantastic. Yeah. George Norrie does a good job carrying on his legacy.
Yeah, his dye job is questionable though.
Yeah, but if he didn't have it, would you really take him seriously in the profession that he's in?
That is true. That is true.
A host for Coast to Coast has to be dying something. You got to be able to see like the faded out roots and everything.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Linda Moulton Howe too is actually fantastic. She's dope. I'm just waiting till the Pleiadians come down and visit us and make their presence known. Our extraterrestrial visitors that have been here for years.
Anunnaki confirmed.
Anunnaki confirmed.
What's everybody got going on this weekend? This is my off weekend.
Praying to the sun.
Raw.
Helios.
Oh my god!
I think I'm going to go to the fair. The fair's in town. I'm going to go take the kids to.
Do they charge you to go to that?
I don't have to pay to get in, but I got to pay for ride tickets,
rides and stuff. Yeah,
sounds like the unfair.
Well, being that I'm like with little kids at the super fair because I'm not riding shit. I'm just standing in line for them to get on stuff that I'm too big for, and they're too little to ride anything else.
Right?
Do you cut lines?
No, I don't do that, but I have thought about like standing in line while they're riding other shit so they can just come and step into line whenever they want with me.
There you go.
So
that's called being efficient. There's nothing wrong with that.
I thought it was called being a douchebag.
Tyler looks like he'll get on a kid's ride and take up 2 seats.
Yep, I would sit on that ride and kick a kid off if he was in my way.
You get on the Caterpillar.
Do that Caterpillar roller coaster thing is super fun.
I thought about going to see Air, but then I'm like, maybe I'll just wait for that to come to HBO or whatever.
Just open your window.
It's gonna be on Amazon Prime, and I want to say like a couple weeks.
Yeah, so I was thinking I'd wait off on that, but
dude, those movies go
so
well.
fast.
It's Amazon Prime's movie that they just put into theaters, so it's gonna be on there really soon.
Yeah.
I'm actually meeting up tomorrow morning with Dale of Suspense, who's in New York.
Yeah, that picture he shot, it looked like
He's
Gotham.
deep in New York. It did, didn't it?
I was like,
Our
you seeing
sympathies
Gotham?
go out to Dale.
DJ, show him a good time.
We're actually just meeting up for not even for long. I already had stuff on
Just a quickie
on the dock.
They call it a meetup. I call it looking for a friend.
Yeah, so I'm just
meeting
gonna
up for a quickie.
I'm gonna drive out to where he's staying at and just kick it for a few.
You don't want to come to your house, huh?
We have stuff go like I got the in-laws.
Standards, I get it.
Can't be seen with him.
He is making up excuses on the fly and doing terrible.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
New York.
This
Even
is
if I come
the-
up to New York City,
He's like, Dale, you can meet me at my spot, and he sends Dale his PO box to meet him at.
if I come up to New York City, straight up, I'm finding DJ's house. I'm going to Flo's place. I don't give a fuck about no Eiffel
Listen,
Tower
those
and
places
shit.
won't be anywhere near each other, though. DJ doesn't live near the Poors.
I'm just saying, yo, if you know, that's
No,
I'm just saying, DJ's never gonna let any of us know. We don't have the credit scores to enter those neighborhoods.
Speak for yourself.
Just you walk on that block and they'll be like, no.
No,
Cops just pull up next to you.
No,
Hey, you need some help?
that is
You lost some?
that is true and false. Yes,
That is true.
I'm happy
True
to
that
meet.
they'll pull up, false that they'll ask you if you need help. They'll just arrest you.
I'm happy to meet anyone at a bar, restaurant, stuff like that.
But not your home. I can't be a guest in your home. I'm good enough to pay money to your channel, but not good enough to have over for a banana.
I don't want you to
A
say
glass of water.
this is what this guy is doing with my $4.99 a month. I don't need that in my life.
I'm just gonna pretend like there's like that little patch of ground in front of DJ's house. I'm metal detecting right here. I think I found something good. Leave me alone.
You heard metal detect on top of his double concrete driveway.
Yeah, I can hear that deep there.
You would leave with like a Ziploc bag full of shells, bullet casings.
Bullet
Like,
casings.
the ocean? Can you hear the ocean now?
Yeah, I can.
Lady Fantastic.
I can hear the
old
ocean.
banana and a glass of water.
All right, I gotta run. I have a few things
I don't
here
believe
stacked
that.
up that I have
You're
to
gonna
do work.
walk.
I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna sit here.
See,
I'm gonna
he's yelling
switch my
public looking
focus 100% to my work for right now because it is the last day of the month. And
Yes.
for those of us in contracts, it's kind of important.
It's
thing
the
to
last
remember.
day.
I understand, Rob.
It's the last business day, Tyler.
Yes, I
There's still
understand,
2
Rob.
more.
Last business day.
No,
Yeah.
I take care of my business
So-
on Sundays.
DC.
Anyways, if I get an opportunity, you guys are still on, I'll swing back by. But I got to focus on a few things right now. People are pinging me on. So thank you all. Love
Bye,
you
Enjoy
all.
your day,
Bye,
Rob.
Rob.
Maybe.
Later.
You
Except for
conduct
Tyler.
business on the Lord's Day, Tyler?
Yeah.
Being out there in the middle of God's country, I'm surprised. Shocked.
So
Indiana's God's country?
Mm.
Oh,
No.
that's God-forsaken.
Hell no, it isn't.
That's God-forsaken country.
It's a different kind of God's country.
Yeah, I saw up the block from my house because Alan mentioned about the bike. Somebody chained up their bike, but they chained the front tire to the pole. So then I went to the post office. I see the bike. I'm like, that's not a good idea. Literally, I'm not joking. I'm not saying this for comedic effect. Came back from the post office and the wheel was there.
It was just the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah. Who does
That's
that?
all you
That was a
need.
rookie, man. That was a rookie. That was somebody from Indiana that didn't know how to chain it up in New York City.
What's funny is people ride their bikes to like the local library and they leave them all out. So there'll be like 10 bikes out, none of them chained up. So I have so many bikes. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it when you go to these.
See me riding back on that little kid's bike. Like, yay!
I love it that you go to some of these cities now and they're doing those electric scooters and you got them everywhere. I mean, I don't love it. I think it dirties it up because they don't. It just seems like they just leave them and it's like, oh, it's out of power and I'm leaving it. And I know in some of these cities, man, they don't even know. It takes forever for them to pick them up.
Yeah. Like there's because what do we have here? The city bikes.
Mm-hmm.
The city bikes. Then we have the Rebel scooters
of the bikes just...
with the basket.
Love it.
Oh shit!
I'm pretty sure 99% of the bikes in Indiana have baskets on the front.
Yeah, they definitely do.
It's the same ratio as like Burke's copyrighted content is non-copyrighted content.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Only 35%. That's all.
Too soon.
Oh boy!
I don't think YouTube likes me because I flip flop. You know, I'm doing comics one day and then I'm digging a hole the next, and you got to separate that shit. We can't separate it. I'm like, I don't care. This is the way I do it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm like, I don't care if I get 1,000 subs. I probably never will because but I got a good split. I've got people that like the metal detecting content. Some people like the comic content. So
I like it all.
I'm okay with whatever I get. I just like to show my books and show some fans that I have.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing, man, is to like do the content that you like use it as an outlet. If you're in it to make $1 gazillion, good luck, because that'll never happen.
That's a lot of work, though. I mean, there are people out there that, they're doing it, but it is a grind. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are putting in that work. Their life is usually wide open. I mean, I remember during the pandemic, I watched this couple and they bought containers, and the entire show was based on, they bought these containers and they were building a container house in Texas. And that was the essence of their show. From the time they bought it, you watched everything. And it was, 2 videos a week. And it was just I was like, wow, it's really cool. But man, it was a grind. I'm sure they were just absolutely, there were points where they were like, I don't want to do this shit. Mm-hmm. There are days where they're just like, I don't want to do this. And you could see it because there would be 2 videos that week, but they would be just, look, we're planning this, go away. It was very haphazard and it didn't seem well done. And when they were in the zone and they really wanted to show you what they were doing, you could tell the difference. It's work. I mean, yeah, they got paid well. I'm sure of it. They shot up. They had like 1.2 million. I mean, they were rolling. I don't know at what point it becomes worth it, but it's just a lot of work. I'd rather just have a regular job, and I don't want to have to deal with all that. Like you said, I just like to go, here, I bought this book. I like this cover. It's cool. Will I ever read this? I don't know. Probably not. But I still think
you should read that.
Can you read it to us?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, there's like no words in it.
Make them big.
Really?
Read the whole entire book.
Yeah, so
I'm currently reading this, and I'm planning to do a little breakdown of it. Do
a breakdown of the Batgirl issue, please, from around the time. Hold that one back up. Let me confirm it. Yeah. So read that series and read it to us, and it'll take you about 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Because there's no words.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't speak. Yeah, I get that. But I mean, I love that art and I love that cover. And I said, you know what? The guy I think it was like $3. And I said, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that all day.
What's up, Nick?
So.
Not much.
Hi, Nick.
Muted.
There's the Udonis of Nick's Kicks and Comics.
Listen, but Udonis will still get a tech for stepping up to whoop somebody's ass who gets out of line.
What's up, Nick? Nick, you fucking.
I don't understand these references.
You wouldn't.
I was watching this terrible show yesterday too.
All right, so we've started.
And I said that Ignacio is the Jimmy Butler of the channel, and Nick, is the Udonis Haslam.
Oh, a utility guy.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler has been going off in the playoffs, and Udonis Haslam hasn't played since Nam. So
Sports.
It's Nam.
Yeah.
I haven't kept track of Jimmy since he was a Bull. That was many years ago.
Still more sturdy and trustworthy than Anthony Davis.
No doubt about that.
Yo, I looked up Knicks tickets to go to the Knicks game last week. The cheapest seat in the house, nosebleeds, last row, $361.
Wow.
Well, it's about to go up because they're playing the Heat now, right?
Yeah.
Who's your team, Tyler, for basketball?
LeBron.
Wherever
LeBron?
he's at.
Yeah.
Just LeBron.
But I love basketball in general, so I just watch a lot of it.
Yeah.
My wife is a Bulls fan, which not so much anymore because we live in Kansas City now. But when we still lived in the Chicago market for TV, she it's funny. Like I love doing impressions. My wife usually doesn't do any exception. She does a Stacey King impression.
Really?
The one time I was out in the living room sorting comics, and she was making dinner but listening to the Bulls game. And like it was on in the TV. I had it pretty much tuned out. I'm just sorting comics, you know. And I hear her putting stuff in the oven, and all of a sudden she's doing like, at the time it was like Luol Deng team, you know. And she goes, Luol dangerous. And then she's like, can I get a little butter? And I'm like, what is she doing? And then at the end of the game, I hear her out there and she goes, drive home safe, Chicago, beep, beep. She's doing the Stacey King lines.
That's
and when
great.
I tell this to people, she gets really embarrassed.
That's funny.
Yeah, my wife does Stacey King impression. I don't know. Is he even still an announcer
Yeah, I think
for the Bulls?
I don't know.
I think so.
Alan says LeBron is not as great as everyone feels. He is in the top 10, but definitely not the best.
Oh, God, Alan.
Stacey
I'm not going to start this, guys.
Sky King.
LeBron is inarguably top 3 greatest players of all time. Go ahead,
But
Nick.
yeah, the part that killed me was she was like cleaning a pan or something. And I could hear her go, can I get a little butter with that roll? It's like, what is going on out there?
Oh, that's funny. Can I get a little roll?
Oh, poor Jill.
Bill Russell. Bill Russell.
I met Jill. I have Jill's autograph. One of the few.
You do. You have met my wife. Very understanding woman. And a Chicago Bulls.
She's a saint.
Maybe we are starting this best of. Look at the chat now.
Yeah, they're going off.
And actually, when she was a kid, she was a Chicago Cubs base kid where they bring you out on Sundays. They let you stand next to a player for introductions. She got Jody Davis. She stood with Jody. Tyler, come on. Jody, you don't remember Jody Davis? He was a cat. Well, probably you were probably too young for that. Mark, like during the Mark Grace years.
Okay.
Like
I mean,
before
I
he
know
started
Mark
drinking
Grace,
and
but I
driving
don't
so
know
much.
Jody Davis.
Yeah, he was a catcher.
Is C Bizzle going to Heroes Con?
No, he didn't say he was last night when he was on Gary B's
T
show.
Bizzle, are you going?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So Bizzle, the entire panel's going.
Yeah.
We both felt sorry for him because, you know.
Hey DJ, when do I need to send you money for the movie deal?
We'll work that out.
Are you going to be letting us know on that?
We'll work it out.
You already have it, $4.99 a month. He's got you.
Jim is not wrong.
Link Squad in for free.
Didn't get a banana and a glass of waters.
Tyler's not wrong.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah,
We'll
I mean,
figure it out.
for me, there isn't even a number one. It's just a top 5, and it's LeBron, MJ, Kareem, Wilt, and Bill Russell. And I'd probably put Kobe as like 6, maybe, but that's my top 5. That's top tier basketball.
Not Magic or Bird in there?
No, they didn't do it long enough.
I feel at some point Nick's going to explode into
put Robert
a
Parrish if you're doing
volcano
on time. Robert Parrish played for 8 million years.
But it's more than time. It's way more than time.
That's not what you just said. They didn't do it long enough?
Nick, do you
because
agree
Robert
with what
Parrish
Tyler
didn't play
said?
at their level for that amount of time. It's not
That's
just
what you're
time.
claiming. That's what you're saying then. Not about time, but about skill level.
I think it's just different people have different criteria for their top three. For me, it'll be top three who changed the game.
And Shaquille O'Neal has to be in that argument.
Yes, he does. He does.
Oh yeah, I mean he's most dominant. Is what he always says. Like I wasn't the all-time best, but I was the most dominant. Is what he says.
Continue, Nick.
For me, my top three are Russell, Jordan, and LeBron. And those criteria are Bill Russell changed the game. Without him, we don't have the style we do today. There's no transition basketball really, and it's his defense.
What about James Naismith? He invented the game.
Wow. Jordan,
he did change it then, right?
Without Jordan, we don't have the popularity we do today at all. And the fact that he revolutionized the sneaker game. And LeBron, the best to ever do it from start to finish. The only guy I think who's lived up to the hype from day one.
Yeah, exactly. He was supposed to live up to Jordan, and he basically surpassed that. I can't believe it.
You hush your mouth.
And Mike makes a great point. The one person I'm leaving out, which because his career isn't over, is Steph Curry. But there's no doubt the team he played on hurts it for me because he played on such a great team. It's hard to really say where he is for me.
I think for me, what defines kind of that greatness, aside from just the talent and stuff like that, is if they change the rules because you're dominating too much. So with Shaquille O'Neal, they had to change the rules. Wilt Chamberlain, they had to change rules because it was just Shaquille O'Neal was in the paint all the time. Let's whatever, the hack-a-shack, all that shit. They literally changed the rules because he was so dominant. That's why I say I think Shaquille O'Neal is the biggest big man of all time.
The only thing that kills Wilt for me is the fact that who he played around.
He did.
He did play around.
But when him and Russell went up against each other, I mean, it's you've seen his highlights, the few you can see. He would have dominated later too, just maybe not as many points.
Yeah. What was
but
dunking
dude
on
was
the fucking,
crazy.
What was dunking on the guy from the deli counter?
He was a man out of time. He should have been born in 2000. But
I would have liked to see Wilt play in the 90s. He's really got no place today, but Bill Russell would be suited for today.
Under the Nick criteria of who changed the game for us, I would have to say mine is probably Jeff Adams, because the one time I ever tried to play basketball, he threw the basketball against the back of my head really hard, and I cried in front of everybody, and I never played basketball again, and that changed the game.
That changed the game.
Jeff Adams.
So if you're going by that criteria, I would have to say Rick Mahorn. So when I was 11 or 12, we were at Hamilton Park in New Jersey, and we're playing basketball, and then there's these trailers set up. So, these people are telling us what they wouldn't tell us what it was for, but we're playing basketball, and then lo and behold, it's a photo shoot. So it was Chuck D, Charles Oakley, Rick Mahorn.
Charles Oakley.
Chuck D, super nice. Charles Oakley, super nice. I was 12, man. Rick Mahorn was an asshole to all his little kids. And we all came out in the photo shoot with him. But he was a jerk. That's when he was on the Nets, I think, right?
I don't know. You didn't say a year.
91, 92.
Mahorn was on the Pistons, wasn't he? No. He might have retired. Well,
pretty cool that you got to meet Chuck D, though.
You know what's funny? So the whole time we're playing basketball, and is this kid we're playing basketball with, and in 3 hours we're just playing basketball with this kid. And then finally, when everything came out, everybody, the trailer, everything was ready. That was Chuck D's son the entire time, and we were the same age, so it was pretty cool. Okay. Yeah. So I had an autograph. I got an autograph hat with. That's when Chuck D released his own clothing line. So I got a hat with all three of them signed it. They gave us all. That was our payment for being in the photo shoot. Hats and shirts. And a smack on the ass, and they said good game.
Never met Chuck D. Was robbed by Flavor Flav.
You got to say good game.
Yeah.
You don't say good game, it's a whole nother thing.
Which, when we finally met Panda, my wife had to tell the robbed by Flavor Flav story 3 times because Panda kept like asking her to tell it again. And for those who don't know, Flavor Flav stole a bag of fried chicken from me and the money out of the register, so I could not get my refund for the chicken I bought from his restaurant.
Wow.
So yes, I was robbed by Flavor Flav.
Was this crackhead Flavor Flav?
Yeah, so Flavor Flav, for whatever reason, opened up a fried chicken restaurant in Clinton, Iowa, which is outside of about 40 minutes from Dubuque, where I lived. And yeah, we went before a minor league baseball game to see the Clinton Lumber Kings take on the Fort Wayne, whatever the hell.
Really? The Wizards?
No, I can't remember. No, I think they were playing the Peoria Chiefs that night, and Midwest League Baseball. And yeah, we stopped at his restaurant beforehand, only to find that almost all the food was unavailable, and the soda distributors had shut them down. They had bottles of 3 liters from like Sam's Club.
Shut them down.
3 liters. That's a huge ass soda bottle.
Is that real?
Yeah, 3 liters from Sam's Club. But they had those out in a bucket of ice so you could get drinks because he wasn't paying his soda distributor. And the chicken was really good, though. Like we got food with what was left on the menu, and I thought it was so good. I was like, you know, I'm going to get a bag of chicken to go. And
they put it in a bag?
Yeah, paper bag, brown paper bag. And
you guys expect
he hadn't been there. He rolled in the back while we were there, and I had just purchased that chicken, and I had bought the last of the dark meat. And he wanted some chicken, and she goes, "Oh, I just sold this guy the last of the dark meat." While he's robbing the register, he's taking all the cash out, and this young girl working the counter is like, am I going to get paid at some point? Like, I've been here for 3 weeks and haven't gotten paid. And he's like, yeah, we're going to get that all figured out. And he looks at me, and I was like, hey, man, can we get a picture with our group that came here? And he goes, no, but I love you. And then he's like, where's the dark meat? And she goes, oh, this guy bought the last of it's in that bag. He proceeds to rip open my bag, take all the chicken out of my bag, put it in his. And I was like, well, am I going to get refunded because you just took all the money out? No, but I love you. And he left. Oh, somebody else said, Jill said something to him about his clock, which, by the way, wasn't like the gold chain. He had a piece of rope with electrical tape on the bottom, and it was tied to like a Kmart Target kind of like plastic clock. It was, these were not the best of times for.
So you
Mr.
weren't
Flav.
really robbed, you were paid with his love.
Yeah, Burke Family 54 Comics is here, and he actually was present for my wife telling Panda this story.
The flavor of love. It's funny to me that you actually expect this place to have a Michelin star. And I kind of feel that DJ has a joke somewhere. You know, he's got all the elements. He's got dark meat, he's got Flavor Flav, and he's got some other thing that he can make a joke out of.
Wow.
I was waiting on the 2023. We just call it meat joke that he always pulls.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because actually I'm sort of hearing what you guys are saying, but a work email just came in and I was just.
What he's saying, Becker, is he doesn't love you as much as Flavor Flav, so he doesn't have time for your story.
I'm always on Flavor Flav's side. I think Becker's in the wrong, and I haven't even heard all the details, so I just want to throw that out there. Flavor Flav is the only chicken that matters.
Out of Freeport, New York.
After all of the support I have shown to you at cons.
It kind of circles back to the earlier question: chicken or the egg? Flavor Flav.
Yeah, I just got clarification.
My roommate is yelling. She agrees with you.
Yeah, I heard.
She just got confirmation.
Apparently, someone's been confirmed.
Damn it!
Without being baptized.
DJ, please check your IG. I sent you a picture of the sign for Flav's Fried Chicken.
Mike, wasn't it you who condemned the passing along of secret DMs on this very show one morning?
That you know what, Nick, I'm sending you a picture too. It's not a Flav sign though.
It was you who condemned the very passing of very private DMs on this show.
Check your IG, please.
No, I'm not going to. Share with the class.
All right. I'm out. I'm out.
FFC.
Got things to do, people to see. Well, I got nothing to do, but I need to call. I got to call moms. Today was my pops would have been 90, so I need to call her and check in.
1933. Wow.
Yeah. That's why John was like, make sure you call mom today. And I said, yep, I know why. Today's his birthday. All right, guys. See y'all later.
Happy birthday, Digger Pops.
Peace out, Jim. Oh, he's gone. I was late.
Oh, we know. Work email came in.
No, the work email did came in. Some fucking stupid ass questions. No, I mean, it's true. It's just like, hey, do you have, like, Nick, I know you're in IT. Do you get the information security questionnaires and stuff?
Yes.
Do you have a repository where you keep like questions and answers so you can easily like answer those things?
No, I don't get them that often.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I do, right? So
way to help him out there, Nick.
I don't. I mean,
he was just looking for confirmation.
Do I have a repository of
standard replies? Yeah.
Yes. For emails I get often, yes, I do.
Yeah. So I do.
You are a repository of replies.
Yeah. The repository is only filled to 95% capacity. So
you don't usually just reply LOL?
No. So then I have the repository of replies and all that stuff.
I have my reply set to automatic of samesies.
Wow. So somebody,
I like that.
So HR is just like, oh, we just got this questionnaire about ethics and all this other nonsense, but I don't see the answers to the HR questions in your technology folder. Why would the questions HR answers be in my technology folder?
That's just for Mark to the point.
Maybe
it doesn't make any sense.
Technology answers.
Hold up, I'm getting yelled at.
I love that they share an office.
You guys don't work from home, Mike?
Yeah. Not today. I had originally requested today off because
Burke got
last night I was going to go to the draft last night, but when I learned that I wasn't able to get like actual seats, I'm not standing for as long as I would have needed to in the general admission area. I mean, physically, I probably can't, to be honest, for that long.
We got Richardson last night, right? Isn't that his name?
Were you excited about that?
Yeah. I mean, it's better than the 6th year in a row signing a washed up quarterback to do nothing.
You mean like
see, I don't follow I only have really one college team that I can tell you a lot about. And
you're talking about NFL.
Hawkeyes. They did pretty well.
We're talking about NFL, not college.
Oh, well, but I mean, they're drafting them from college. That's more what so I don't know who I didn't know who Richardson was or much about him besides what they showed.
Well, I think he's going to be good, and he's got to be better than what we've had.
Do you have a Colts YouTube that you've kept from us?
I do.
Colts,
but it is censored, so it's just Colts censored.
No.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh God! Of course, Alan has an opinion on it.
F Irish Uncensored.
Yeah, I hope he does too, Alan. And that's really all it is, right? Like, who ends up working the hardest? Because all these guys are potentially going to be great. I think to this day will say Jamarcus Russell should have been like an all-time quarterback. His arm, not his arm length. He could throw far. Everyone talks about how he could throw a ball 1,000 yards sitting on his butt. I don't give a fuck. He was so accurate, but he just didn't put it in any work.
Well, he put in a lot of work at the buffet.
Yeah.
Can you do the same sitting on someone else's butt?
Maybe. But dude, that guy Jamarcus Russell had the most accurate arm like I've ever seen in college.
And Evil, to answer your question, I was able to get tickets from a friend of mine whose company has.
That's why I think of Stroud too. Where'd Stroud go? Because I think he's going to be a fucking superstar.
Right, no problem.
This is football or basketball?
Football. The draft first round was last night.
Oh,
more quarterbacks went than they were expecting, right?
I just lost internet connection. No.
I just saw a couple like the top picks, but I know Mayer hasn't been picked yet, and I can't believe that out of Notre Dame. He's going to be a star.
I feel like you can believe it.
And if you love Tyler's analysis, check out Cults Censored with Marvin Harrison Jr. every Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m.
No, but Michael Mayer is going to be a god out there. I don't know how good. I don't think he can be as good as your tight end, but or your player that
Nick's tight end is the best.
Mike's tight end is definitely
Nicky Pancakes has a tight end.
It was a joke. It was
Nicky
a fucking
Cakes.
joke. It was a joke. Nicky Pancakes.
That has got more steam. That thing stuck quicker
than maple syrup on pancakes.
Nicky 9.5.
Nicky Cakes.
No, he'll always be Nicky 9.5. But I'm gonna make Nicky Pancakes work for as long as I can.
It's got some steam.
Yeah. Better have some. Yeah, but
See, I prefer two versions of it. Nicholas Pancakes when he's like business and wearing a tie, and then like Nicky Cakes after 10 p.m.
I think it's the opposite. Nicholas Cakes.
Nicholas Cakes.
Nicholas Cakes.
Nicholas Cakes.
Coming to the stage, Nicholas Cakes. Yo, we need a Nicholas Cakes.
Anybody hear Charles Barkley talk about he ain't got no cakes yesterday on Inside the NBA?
No, who's he talking about?
Who was he talking about?
On the subject.
I forget.
Had to be Brooks.
I forget.
Lakers win tonight if Brooks plays 48 minutes.
Who's supposed to win the championship this season?
It's wide open as fuck.
Really
So one of the teams just got eliminated too. So now the Heat are in it. I picked before the playoffs started. I picked Kings, Sixers.
Kings, Sixers. Okay.
Not that was the hot pick, but just how much basketball I watched this year. I thought those were the best teams.
I think Boston's going to give them problems.
Boston is the only one that I think could, but now I think the Heat. You never know.
Yeah, you can never know. I mean, Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is just.
It's pronounced Boston.
Boston.
I would never pick the Knicks, but you just never know.
Thought it was pronounced. Do you think you're better than me?
Bing bong. Oh shit, yo, this is the best episode of In the Mix we've had in a long time.
I would never be allowed in the mix.
That is not true, sir.
I can't even get a banana and a glass of water over here. How am I going to get let in the front door of In the Mix?
That is a weird combination, banana and water.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's a weird combination.
For the same reason Nicky Pancakes exists. It just was something I said at the time.
Nicky Pancakes looks good in leather. I'm just saying that.
He really does. Like that jacket.
Thanks to Randy.
You need a choker. Can I send you a choker? Can I AOK? Would you put it on if I AOK you the choker and like the little like policeman cap?
Okay, I don't know why now I'm asking because I know I don't have the funds to make it happen, but DJ, dig deep into
my
your
internet
heart
is acting.
and find. Will you get him the HBK outfit from like 1994?
I don't have a hairy chest though.
I think he's cool.
Have a hairy chest?
I know.
And just for the record, I wanted to wear that jacket out when I had dinner with DJ, and he told me no.
Why?
Please get him a Shawn Michaels outfit.
Why didn't you just do it anyway?
I would try. I didn't say that.
You should have wore it out with no shirt on under.
That's a lie.
Shirtless with the jacket, just like open a little bit.
It was freezing that night.
Swag doesn't get cold. that Texas swag up in New York.
What's funny is there was a guy with Texas swag. DJ
Shawn Michaels.
Hold on, wait a minute.
You have a 10-gallon hat.
Oh, that drunk dude. Yo, so we're leaving the restaurant, and this fucking drunk dude, drunk out of his mind, and he's like, yo, look at my coat. Could you believe this fucking thing? I got it for blah, blah, blah. Look at my coat. And I was just like, all right, keep it moving.
Yeah, the cowboy boots on too.
Keep it moving, Chad.
Look at my coat.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he was drunk.
What the hell? Was it like a Nike coat?
I think it was like an ostrich coat or an alligator coat, something like that.
Maybe even an emu or some sort of amphibious creature.
Maybe.
Emu.
Maybe.
Are emus amphibious?
He also
know.
He also
They're ostriches with attitude.
Huh. You ever heard of the Emu War in Australia?
I wish I could stop hearing about it.
They lost. The emus won. It's an amazing fact that you should look into.
Let's see.
Emus?
Yeah.
You can learn all about it on Emu Uncensored. With Shattered Glass.
Watch there's like a 10-minute, probably longer. There's a bunch of videos on it, but it's amazing.
So you said the emus won?
Yeah, the emus won.
Summarizing the 6 days of war, an ornithologist named Dominic Cerventi commented, the machine gunner's dreams of point-blank fire into the serried masses of emus were soon dissipated.
Oh gosh, I feel like I'm there.
It doesn't even make sense. Like when you have to look into it because you think emu war and you lose it. Like how can you lose an emu war? Well, Australia. I don't even know what this. It's amazing.
The second great emu war was fought mostly in skirmishes, with the emus taking casualties in the double digits weekly.
It's crazy because
you know what? I only know like 5 Australians, like Mad Spidey,
me,
Lee, Tyler, Simple Simon. I absolutely understand how you guys lost the emu war.
I'm surprised.
Just
Mark
based on the people I know.
I'm surprised Mark is not telling us all about it right now.
He's probably double checking. It is the weirdest shit.
So the emus were known for the emu step.
So what?
Oh no, my internet is going out.
Just like the goose is known for the goose step.
All right, I gotta get going.
Yeah, I guess.
This seems like a good time to end it.
Oh no. Then I have to go to work.
But then we can watch you on In the Mix tonight.
Yeah.
Decides to do one.
Yeah.
What?
We're not doing one?
Yeah, we're doing it. The thing has been created since last week.
Oh.
Have you sent out the agenda?
I don't.
Yeah, what's the agenda?
Let's talk about the In the Mix agenda.
There's a
right
bunch
now.
of trailers that came out.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about that. We're not going to play them in fear of getting copyright strike and demonetized. So we're not going to play any trailers.
Oh, hot topic.
We can just put like a thing of Burke up in the way a little bit. That way it doesn't. Put an overlay of Burke's face so you can't see the whole trailer.
Watch The Rise of the Beast and Burke is next to Optimus Prime. Optimus Burke.
He's no Kristen Dunst. He can have that kind of range.
What? Is she
Kristen
in that?
Dunst? Thank you, Mark.
Kristen Dunst.
Mark, would you review some of the roles Kristen Dunst has played over the years?
Primarily, what she's best known for is the iceberg in Titanic.
Yes.
I've never seen that movie.
Kyle said, "Stop."
She was also the asteroid in Deep Impact.
She was in that funny movie. I don't remember what it was called, where she gets in the shower.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
No. I have to look into it. I don't remember what it was called.
She was the chainsaw in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Exactly. Now you're starting to see the level of range she has as an actor.
Oh, I get it now.
She was Tyler on the last episode of White Comics.
She played
don't.
Yoko in the Yoko Ono story.
Jesus Christ.
I definitely don't get it.
For the movie back in just a few.
No, she was just the iceberg in Titanic.
I'm not carrying that cage. You can take them out of the cage or put them in the wall.
She also double as the door.
It was honestly, this came out of my old comic book group. We had this theory that Kristen Dunst was in like every movie the year Titanic came out.
Was she in that movie?
Get them.
That's what I'm saying. They're right there.
Titanic? She wasn't in Titanic.
Yeah, she was the iceberg.
Oh my God, I don't get it.
The file.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I feel like Burke right now. Like everyone gets it. Burke's just like on another planet.
Oh,
getting demonetized. Like does not understand.
This is only happening to me.
As he's sitting there trying to like plug all of his things, and everyone's telling the best jokes, and he's just like, "What's going on?
What's happening?
Come on, Burke.
It's me,
Marion.
Oh fuck!
It's me, Steve.
It's me, Stephen Berkland.
I didn't know you knew how to speak Italian, DJ.
It's hanging around like Nick's old neighborhood. Like you just pick up, you pick it up. So you just go and be like, "Hey, I like a meatball sandwich."
Well, you just think of you think of a sentence you're going to say, and then you take out all the consonants and just say the vowels.
That's
Mario.
highly racist, Mike, but very accurate.
Hey, oh yeah.
Hey.
Sometimes why? All right.
It was a fucking joke. It was a joke.
No, I'll take the Jeep.
But we want to take a seat. Now you can take a call.
I'd like to order the meatball sub.
That makes you use it.
What's up, Steve?
No, I'll drive the Jeep. I like the Jeep.
Okay. We don't like the call. Like we don't like
La donna mangia la mela. That's the girl eats the apple.
because I like the Jeep now instead of the call. Oh, wow.
Or you could say in French, what did I learn from I Love Lucy? Le plume est in la table. The pen is on the table.
International man of mystery.
Any I Love Lucy fans up in the house? I used to love I Love Lucy, man.
Grew up watching it.
Channel 5 all day.
Ricky.
Lucy, don't come down to the club.
What would
Every episode?
What would be their
Right
equivalents
there.
today? Is there an equivalent today?
No.
They're both in
I
jail.
Love Lucy.
They're both in jail.
Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
No, but I mean like those who control like huge media parts, like Ricky and Lucy did that.
The Kardashians.
Yeah.
That's exactly yes. That
Unfortunately, I feel like that might be a decent comparison.
Kanye Arnaz. And Kim Ball. We don't have any.
Chris said opera. I don't know that.
Yeah, no, I don't know who would kind of that be. Like you're talking about like a media conglomerate type person?
Oprah.
Yeah, I mean they might pronounce it that way in Kansas, I guess.
Like a J-Lo, maybe?
I'm not in Kansas.
J-Lo.
I hail from Missouri.
Not
son.
anymore.
Missouri.
Beckerman's not in Kansas anymore.
I'm in Missouri.
Click your heels together.
Yeah, I try to stay out of that place as much as possible.
Missouri?
Although when you do cross the border, there's Marcus handing out gift baskets at the tourism center.
Welcome.
The only guy I know that uses the state slogan in a sentence.
What's the state slogan?
Ad Astra Astra.
Who uses that?
Marcus, dude, seriously, and I'm not joking. Marcus is like the most pro Kansas person you will ever meet.
Wasn't that a Brad Pitt movie?
Ad Astra was.
Yes.
Wasn't very good either.
Shout out to Marcus.
Mike said Jersey Shore. Maybe in like 2005.
No, Jersey Shore is still super popular. I watch it, Family Vacation.
Yeah,
they're bringing Sammy back next season. Sammy and Ronnie.
No.
Yeah.
And Ronnie?
Yeah, next season.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Are you making names up?
No, I gotta see that.
So Ron is clean. So he went through rehab and all that stuff. So they're bringing him back. And
so it's gonna be boring.
Still he's back with Sammy. Then he's right back.
And they're bringing Sammy back, but Sammy is like, I don't know if she's married, but I know like her dude wouldn't let her do the show. So maybe Sammy and her dude are Ricky and Lucy. You know,
let her do the show.
Yeah, so she's gonna be back, and she's gonna be.
Sounds like bullshit.
How dare you, Mark?
I just did.
I can't wait.
Yo, the I Love Lucy episode where Superman busts through the window, like he was on the ledge and he busts through the window and it opened for the kid's birthday.
Yeah, this is before.
Who was Superman? Was that George Reeves?
George Reeves. Yo, phenomenal. So the way that window just opens, bang. Yo, fucking phenomenal. Look it
The
up.
story didn't end as well for him though.
What happened with him?
Well,
Kryptonite got him.
Yeah, made of lead though.
Oh, he was murdered, right?
Yeah,
by himself. Official story is by himself. But
if you believe that.
The crime scene says otherwise, but the official story says by himself. Like modern day forensics would say no.
Or so the Germans would have us believe.
Yeah.
See, Mike gets it. That was my whole goose stepping joke before.
That picture is incredible.
Looks like a Wax Comics thumbnail.
Wax.
What did I do?
Wax
What
Comics.
is he doing here? What's he doing with his hands?
I don't know. Making fried chicken.
Like a butterfly.
Ladies and gentlemen, put hashtag cash wheel in the chat. Mark is giving away some green ducats right now.
You know, it's always funny when you see people like doing those little posts when they're like, look at this money. I'm like, bro, that's like half a paycheck.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sitting here having to do money stuff right now. So I want to get. I'm not. But yeah, I'm figuring out where I want to take it from.
Peter to pay Paul.
That worked out perfect. Look at that.
You're too materialistic, Mark. I don't care about money.
I do, but I do care about money. That's why I have all this money sitting here because I planned a long time in advance for today. But this happening today, like I've been waiting on this to get to where it's at so that I can kind of start planning heroes and know what, like if I'm going to be attempting to look for something at heroes or just picking up Turok ones when I come across them.
Is that a real thing?
What?
I thought you were looking for me at heroes.
I'm always picking up Turok ones, Nick. And there's always these are the most recent copies. I got a couple.
I don't find them very often, to be honest.
When I do,
it's because Marcus,
you're picking them up.
Me, I think Southern Comic Geek holds the record. He has, I think, over 300 now.
Jesus Christ! I have like
That's
5.
too many.
So there's only millions of them left in the wild.
Right, just 4,999,000 left to go.
I have like 5, and I received them all in an AOK from Actual Dracula. So
I received mine from Actual Dracula too. I'm pretty sure.
You should, Alan. You should consult your doctor before you do that.
Yeah. Hashtag me too.
I've already picked up Mike. A Turok one.
Well, Nick's got a rule, and I didn't fall into it. He don't pick them up if he can't pick them up. And I didn't get picked up.
Man, that guy throws his back out with a strong breeze passes.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't had a leg cramp yet.
Oh, I get that reference.
Yeah, that's why I'm off camera. My legs are like jelly right now.
And the back is nothing to be made fun of. It hurts.
I just want Mark to take all his money and do like the rapper like cell phone money thing, like hold the money to his ear
and like shoot it all over the place.
No, just hold it to his ear, like yo, who you calling? Do it, Mark.
What did they do in that one Tom Cruise classic? Show me the money. What's the isn't he in that movie?
Show me the money. That's a spicy meatball.
Well, then Kristen Dunst played the cell phone in that.
Who's coming with me, man? Who's coming with me?
This is my thighs.
My thighs? What?
My lips, my thighs.
What the hell?
See that pile of sticks? Look right in front of it.
What the fuck?
What is this?
Oh, I'm sorry, Evil. You're right.
Actually,
That
you're
makes
both
me
wrong. She played the end credits.
The end credits. She's got a lot of range.
Hey, Mark, did you see that international trailer for The Flash? The Japanese one?
I think I'm the one that sent it to the group chat.
Oh, I watched it last night. I didn't see it.
Did you? I think that DJ's response was better than the trailer. You want to share, DJ?
I don't remember seeing this trailer. I have no idea what you're talking about.
What trailer? I missed
The
it.
international trailer for The Flash has a lot more footage of Barry in it.
Mm-hmm. You get to see Dark Flash a lot.
You don't get to see Dark Flash at all.
Yeah, he has the whatchamacallit. He just doesn't have the mask on, but he has the. You can see the thing protruding from his shoulders.
I'm about to say that shot where you see him looking at Barry saying, "No one has to die." I saw it too, and then there's other trailers with that same shot where the spikes are not present in the trailer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely from what it looks like going to be a ravaged Barry that not accepting fate that goes Dark Flash on him.
Yeah, that's the same thing when like the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer where they doctored out Andrew and Toby. It's just like these big empty spaces.
It was like the lizard getting kicked in the face by nobody.
Yeah,
that's a strong breeze that blew Nick's back out.
Oh, you mean the Downlander thing?
What's that? What's that? What is that?
Come on, man.
I don't know anything that you guys are speaking of.
I'm psyched about that.
I'll just screen share the chat so people can get DJ's reactions.
Oh man, my internet. Holy shit.
What's on the agenda for tonight, DJ?
What do you want to talk about?
Let's review Downlander.
Was that a serious trailer? Because that movie looks like it has a lot of promise. But I think the pacing is it looks like it's going to be slow.
Welcome to In the Mix, a special guest star. Beckerman likes comics.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was going for. I was like, man, everybody's here and then some.
Hi, Remy.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right,
the in the mix that will never happen.
You said hello, Remy. Go back to watching Breaking Bad now.
Beckerman, what are you doing tonight at 9 p.m.?
Watching it in the mix.
Well, we're going to be discussing Breaking Bad because apparently that 2003 gem is something that I missed.
Where are you at? Are you still in season 1?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's still good. He hasn't broke bad yet.
I don't know, but he does stuff with Etch-a-Sketches.
He does.
I haven't seen anything with an Etch-a-Sketch.
You will.
Somebody just died.
Yeah, that might be episode 1.
Well,
the way
two people have died, but somebody was killed. So
did they have to melt him in a Tupperware or whatever?
No, that's way later.
Yeah, Remy. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, son. Yeah, Remy, he's you on episode 5?
Yeah.
Timestamp 3:02:39.
Yeah, the way I watched Breaking Bad, I was in film class, I was going to night school, and I was in film class, and then the professor was talking about something, and then he was just like, "Oh, are you guys excited for Breaking Bad this Sunday?" And everybody's just like, "What's?" Obviously, I'm older than the majority of the people in the class, and nobody knew what Breaking Bad was. And he was just like, "You know what? Fuck that." And he was like, "We're watching episode 1," and just put on episode 1 of Breaking Bad.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, episode 1 sold me. I was in.
I'm trying to think if it ever got to a point where you thought it was slowing down, or
there's only one bad episode.
Which one was that? The Fly?
Yeah, everyone knows exactly. That's the one bad episode. Terrible episode.
I skipped that one.
Yep, just skip it.
This watch around.
The lady that was
What happened to that episode?
It's from the point of the fly buzzing around.
They're stuck in the lab. They can't.
It's a bad episode.
The lady that was the real estate agent, I used to work with her. Well, she used to work at the company that I work at. Her name was Beth Bailey.
Which one? The one who caught the wife?
The one with she was tall, blonde hair, like blonde curly hair. She was, I think, only in 2 episodes.
Yeah, doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, for me, for the show, because I binged most of it. But had I not binged the entire thing and I watched it from the beginning episodically, I would have gave up on it. Not saying that it's bad, it's just the pacing. It's the same thing with Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is a good show. I watched season 1 episodically, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like some things are just better being binged.
Wow, man, I think the pacing is fantastic.
And I just finished Better Call Saul. I watched the last 6 episodes, not episodically, and I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit that because I thought season 1 that shit was brutal, man. It was like I was like, what is going on?
I think season 1's definitely a little slower, but like I said, episode 1, I was in.
The only show that I think is probably gonna be slower is Downlander.
So many levels to that.
There are a lot. Esteban, what is going on, Esteban? How you doing?
Any of you guys caught Your Honor with Bryan Cranston over on Showtime?
No. I heard of it ends terribly, the season 1.
Season 1 is brutal. Season 2 is not so good, but season 1 is brutal.
What are we watching?
I give up on shows so fast. Like if it's not good, if I'm not into it, there's another show I can watch.
Trying to do that with Beef right now. I'm not really liking Beef.
Oh, we have one episode left. I've loved it.
I'm surprised, Nick, because I know you love Beef.
I like meat. There's a difference.
I thought Beef is really good. I'm surprised that you haven't liked it, Nick. I just think the writing, like how everything interweaves with everything, it's like the anti-Mandalorian. This last season specifically, it's just written so well with all these characters like going into each other's lives and they don't even know it, and then like none of that in Mandalorian.
None of that.
I disagree. I thought this season of Mandalorian was the strongest season.
No, you didn't.
Prove me wrong. I thought it was the strongest season. I enjoy terrible writing, so therefore it was right up my alley.
Yeah, there you go, Taylor. Beef is great. Yeah, I haven't watched the last episode, so I'm really excited to see how it ends. But I feel like every episode is like taking it up a notch of what the fuck is going on. This shit is crazy.
See, and I wouldn't like that because I like when every episode gets taken down a notch.
Well, there you go. Mando season 3. Rewatch it over and over again.
It's just being so combative.
The greatest Superman movie is Quest for Peace. No.
Beef Mike is on a Netflix. It's a new show on Netflix, and these two people get into like what's it called?
Road rage.
Road rage. Yeah, it's just road rage, and then they just take it. They just keep going at each other, basically.
It's weird not seeing you in motion.
Or at a coffee house.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and walk to the refrigerator in a second, so I'll be in motion.
Perfect. Okay.
Nice.
Gotta
Remy,
get that
I got
exercise.
I got 2 screens with Remy. I got one backstage too. I don't know what's up with that. If I'm supposed to be playing
One's nude Remy and one's clothed Remy.
Yeah.
Bring up both. Let's have a side-by-side comparison.
Right, now we got one Remy.
Before and after.
I think he switched like cameras or whatever in it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is the right Remy.
There's no wrong Remy.
The other one was a clone. You remember those days?
A bad clone.
They're still going on. Did you
Taylor.
not watch The Mandalorian season 3?
Taylor says Quest for Peace is still
No,
better
I
than
never
Man
watched
of
season
Steel.
1. I saw episode 1. That was pretty good.
There's arguments can definitely be made with that, Taylor.
I
because Christopher Reeve is in it though.
Yeah, I never understood the hate for Man of Steel.
Me neither.
Me neither. I loved it when I saw it in theaters, and I wasn't like a part of.
God. I think
I wasn't a big
Christopher
comic
Reeve
book
feels
person
hot.
at the time, and I loved it. So I don't know.
See, I agree, Esteban, and that's exactly what I was looking for in Mandalorian season 3. I went in, I was just like, if anything, I hope they have Mandalorian lore, and that box was checked for me, and I enjoyed it. I think that trumped all the terrible writing, all the terrible acting. It trumped Mandalorian being sidelined and Bo-Katan Kryze getting the top billing, all that stuff. We put that to the side. It had Mandalorian lore, and that's what I was there for.
Wish they would have just started with Bo-Katan because that's who is
For
one of the
me,
cooler
the
characters in
lore,
Rebels.
I'm not a big fan of where you just create lore and that's the thing you buy into, because the lore is created around what's going on. Like all of the characters in the original Star Wars, all of this lore was created and not focused on. And that's what made the Star Wars world so interesting. So when you go into that lore and then you just create the lore to create the lore, it just means nothing to me. I need the story.
I don't follow.
What I don't get is
you don't
Rebels? But did you watch Rebels?
I haven't
don't know
watched
about
Rebels.
Oh God,
I need
here
to watch.
here
I
comes
wanna
that
watch
argument.
Rebels.
Here comes that argument.
No, I'm just
on
saying
board with
that's
that, by the way. I haven't watched it either, but I have vowed
No,
to
but
watch
that's what
it
I'm saying,
to
the
try to
story-
avoid modern Star Wars.
well, there is a story, and that lore is around it. So when I watch Mandalorian now, I guess I could see. I see what all the bad stuff is about Mandalorian. That's for sure. Like every episode is like, a bad spaghetti western. But I enjoy the lore too, and because that's already been set up, right? I guess I don't.
When I was speaking to Laura, I wasn't speaking of Mandalorian. I was speaking of everything. Everything that is just lore. Here you go. Not for me.
The argument that I don't like taking part in is like when is it like, yo, I don't understand this, and then the comeback of somebody's comeback is just like, oh, that's because you didn't read the fucking cereal box in 1982. Like that's why you don't understand why that character loves cereal. Like
That's why that sounds like Mark with every DC Comics event. What did you read? Did you read Flashpoint?
Yeah, with comics, that's definitely the case, but that's not the same medium, though. That's super valid.
If it's the one thing,
that's a strong point. I think that's a strong point for the medium of comics, because you read something, you can read it, or you can chase the dragon and go pick up more and learn more and dive deeper, because it's a connected universe of books that have been around since 1938. But with a movie, that's not the same shit at all.
Well, I mean, I agree that. I mean, I don't. What I'm saying though is I agree. I see like the problems with Mandalorian. I was actually someone that saw, even though I still enjoyed it, I saw the problems from the beginning. Like it was a little bit too empty. And but because of the other stuff, for me, it becomes more forgivable. And basically, I'm just watching Mandalorian to get to Ahsoka. You know what I mean? To get to all of that story to continue. The Thrawn and the Ahsoka.
And I want to try to get through Rebels before Ahsoka gets here, because I want the best possible enjoyment out of Ahsoka.
I hope I don't have to watch Rebels to get Ahsoka, but
we
feel
already
like
know you do, man. We know you do.
I know, but I don't. That should not be the way it is at all.
That's true. It shouldn't be. I mean, it shouldn't be the way it is. Like Ahsoka should be good without it, but at the same time, do you want a episode where they review Thrawn being there 20 years prior? Like,
yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So I don't.
Not really, because I think we should be able to be dropped in and understand what's going on with simple writing.
Agreed. Like I don't.
That is what should be able to be done.
So this is almost the X-Men argument too. Like people are always like, I can't jump in, and I'm someone that's like, well, I've already jumped in, and I don't need more simplicity. You know, so I mean, if the show fails because of it, that's fine. But then I'll be like, well, I enjoyed the hell out of it. You know, and there's stuff I can't connect, like the comics, the Star Wars comics right now are like connecting to books I haven't read. You know, I guess I'm still finding a way to enjoy them. I mean, it's Greg Pak writing them, like the Darth Vader book. But I feel like, man, if I would have read these Queen's Gambit books, I would know a lot more what was going on. So maybe I would enjoy it more. But I don't know about simple writing every time.
I think from a show perspective, though. I was going to say, from a show perspective, it's kind of like Chimp Empire. Like, even though you've never met these different tribes of chimps, you still understand where everybody's at in the hierarchy, and that's what draws you in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where is Jackson without Miles? You know, like without Miles, is he Jackson? We don't know, but we figure that out in the first episode because he's a giant chimp. He's fucking awesome.
It's really all on Miles, and you saw
Know
what
what I'm
happened when Miles wasn't around for him.
Yes.
I have no clue what we're talking about now. I don't know if I'd be lost if I watched it.
Do we complain about the writing on Chimp Empire though?
No, about the writing on Chimp Empire, I thought about this. I think that the Illuminati crew need to just get that show, take the audio out, and let's just put our own audio in. Because where the fuck do they come up with that story? They assume a lot. Like, they just say whatever the fuck they want to say about what we're looking at. And they piece together some random narrative.
Are you talking about they're like, this is Taylor from the Westerners. He knows every tree in this jungle.
Thinking about this, how that it's like
he's the old
they have like goals
chimp
for
in the
these
group.
people. They have employment for these people. Like they're like he's getting.
I would watch the Illuminati cut.
Great.
Yeah, Chimp Empire was really cool. I did hit a point where I'm like, how the fuck do they know half of the shit they're saying about these people?
We will do an Illuminati cut. Confirmed. It's in the works.
One in the mix tonight.
Do a live reading.
Live
in the Nagogo.
In the Nagogo.
Fuck,
Maybe we should do a Kickstarter. A Kickstarter to do it.
I'm in.
You can get a DVD, a VHS.
I'll watch that.
Don't let Gerald Von Kahn handle that Kickstarter.
He'll ship it to you in like a.
I'm still waiting on mine. Still waiting on mine.
Well, the chimps will be dead by the time we get it.
We're gonna have to have a Save the Chimps marathon.
They're on their way out, anyways.
Save the chimps.
Good morning, E-Man.
E-Man in the house. I got to step away for a second, BRB.
Congrats, E-Man. You ran DJ away.
AFK.
How's DJ walking? I thought his legs were whatever he said earlier.
He's continuing.
Probably has a rolly chair.
He's got the rolly chair.
All roads lead to Chimp Empire. Truest thing you've ever said.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a really cool show.
I've never even heard of it.
It's one of the newer little documentary kind of things on Netflix. Documentary is a strong word. It's really just a tale. It's a story. It's a window into the life of, and it's narrated by Blade. Legit. Mashallah Ali narrates it. I don't know who wrote his fucking script, but whoever wrote his script needs to be writing for Disney because they're good. They can find an engaging story where literally one doesn't exist. like now they're going out on patrol. Like, are they? Or they just fucking wander around the jungle because they don't have TV? You know what I mean?
Patrol, yeah.
They're going.
You know that the footage is
their
from
territory. They're going to the
like,
southern border of the Nagogo tribe territory. Like, bro, they're just wandering around. They have nothing else to do. They live in a jungle. Like, it's sit down or walk.
They were like,
they're walking right now.
They were
will
like,
be
this is Gus. He's awkward but ambitious. It's like, he's ambitious.
They probably just like went on Tinder and pulled up people's profiles and like said, let's just use these profiles and give them to these chimpanzees or what.
He likes long walks.
By
on
the way,
beach.
I've been designing a line of merch that I'm hoping to launch soon, and one of the shirts is "Don't be a Gus," and it's going to have a picture of that kid. So prepare yourself, everybody.
Why does Beckerman have Mark on his picture? We all have fantastic avatars waiting. See, I got I Love Becker right here. Normally I do.
Will you make me big though?
I have an X-Men character that you guys wouldn't know because you're not into the lore.
Money Mark, baby.
Put it back here.
You just can't hop in. That's the problem.
Yo, fuck law.
You can't hop in.
We got Circumstances on that one. We got Zuzu on this one. Remy Q's got that Tyler right there. We like to catch good screenshots of each other. We got and I got
he got demonetized.
I got this one in Panda's Worst Hour.
I replaced that book and then he sold it.
The worst part is he's a teacher.
Panda? All of them are.
And he could use the money more than anyone in this United States of
Here,
America.
make me big. This is when Steve had hope.
Innocent Steve.
His hope came in the form of ears.
Don't give him a feather or he'll fly.
That's when he looked like a PE teacher.
Like a kid's news program.
Who's the wrestler that you always
on
say
today's
looks
lunch
like
menu?
Rocking at the LCS with the Knicks Kicks and Comics gear and the Burke family shirt.
I remember that day.
Beckerman, who's the wrestler guy that you've
JD Raw.
JD Raw.
Oh, JD Burke. JD Burke.
Oh my goodness, what is that? Wolf of Wall Street, Mark?
Yeah, I'm gripping, homie.
Or my favorite Mark here will change.
I made
to-
$49 million that year, which really pissed me off because I was just short of $1 million a week.
There we go.
This is my legitimate
good-
face of happiness and disbelief in what Beckerman put into a mystery box for me. It was a book that I was like actively chasing that I really, really wanted. And he just showed his ass and how good of a person he is and included it in a purchase I made for a charity stream.
I thought that was when you found out Burke was
basically my
demonetized.
audio avatars are just a series of Mark.
Burke demonetized.
Burke's demonetized. No!
Is this beginning a photo gallery? It's already a thing.
Yeah.
We stay ready for whoever stream we're on to make it weird and awkward for them best we can.
You know, I don't have a JD Burke or JD Drake. That's his name, JD Drake. But he might as well be JD Burke because
his name's JD Drake.
Yeah, he's a pro wrestler. He has a podcast. I'll send you.
I've never looked him up before because I didn't know his name. That is
Now I
literally
wish it was in the studio because I have a picture of him on the laptop, but
literally.
I don't have it here.
Pizza. Does it involve that picture?
There's
a pitch tent.
Pizza.
Who is playing that? That is the worst clip ever.
Is that
I've never seen it before. I just sitting there scrolling, looking at this guy rubbing a pizza on his face. Like, what is
That
happening?
dude, what's his name? Nick
I don't know.
Nikocado Avocado or whatever.
Is that Chimp Empire again?
It looks like it, bro.
Tyler, please check your I sent you that podcast link.
Chimp Empire in Italy.
Somebody
Look
needs
at the
to get
picture they used to advertise the podcast. It's Burke, dude.
This is copyright infringement. He should be getting money from
Burke,
them.
Yeah,
He
from
can
AEW,
get remonetized from AEW using his likeness.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Are we saying that wrestler looks like Burke?
Yeah, I'll pull up a picture of him for you.
This is it's Burke.
I don't want to look
Just
at. I'll
type
look it
in
at my. I'll
Burke
look at my work
wrestling
computer. Fuck
naked,
these
and it'll come
JD
up.
Drake
JD Drake
is what you would call an enhancement talent job guy on AEW, and he looks suspiciously like if Burke had a fat cousin that pro wrestled.
Oh snap!
Oh yeah, do we have without the beard?
Yeah, that's Burke. But JD Drake is monetized.
The facials are what really kills it.
The ears too.
You click on more images because
that one right there.
Every
yeah,
single one is perfect.
Facials usually do, Mike.
Yeah.
Look at
this. There it is.
Look at the one of him pointing. That is amazing.
I'll go down and show the ears one.
It's morphin time.
That one, middle.
The middle one, yeah. Yep. That's it. Go Cats.
Yeah,
yeah, those are ears.
Cowabunga.
There's one on the top line too. Oh, there's more ears.
You know who doesn't like these?
I so badly wish I had a doppelganger like this close that I could look up people that looked like me.
Yeah, I've shared different photos and stories about him, and Steve, he never goes for it. He's just not into it.
Sounds about right.
I mean, does he not see
Tyler,
it?
I've already thought about and had your doppelganger picked out for years. You got a picture of you right here.
Chimp Empire.
Who is it?
That's the Downlander.
I don't know who it is.
That was
God!
Wasn't he? He was in the Devil's.
Here's
right?
Tyler trying to cross the street.
Oh,
Was that a
Big
Doom
Fish?
Patrol?
Hey, what's that one where he's standing next to the little DJ Lynx looking guy?
Oh shit! Yeah, put that back up.
That's the episode at the Bean. That's what it was.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm 6'3".
Looks like 808
When standing on a 6-foot ladder.
A new one of the collector's inventory. I hate to hear your account got hacked, my friend.
well,
I had that happen on IG.
At least you didn't get demonetized.
That's how you know you're big time.
I hate you guys.
That's how
What?
You know
What did
You're
I
gonna
do?
get me I'm gonna get a phone call later because of this.
Why?
Well, at least someone cares.
He's not watching.
Yeah, he's not watching. He's making kids do push-ups right now.
Yeah, he's trying to get monetized.
Which is weird because he teaches photos.
Yeah. he puts together.
Doesn't change the fact.
Does he really? He teaches photography?
No.
Photography.
Why do you say it like that? It's photography. It's
That's
not
what I said.
Photography is what you said.
That's what I said.
Photo topography.
Oh fuck!
You've been around too many Australians.
Yeah.
Too many Southern Hemisphere people.
He's probably explaining to the kids right now how he got demonetized and getting their thoughts on it. Having
So I need you guys to like.
Let me
and
tell you
subscribe.
about when my life went wrong.
Like and subscribe for extra credit. I need to get remonetized.
Thank you for asking if I'm okay, Billy. Let me explain to you why I'm not.
Okay, everyone log into your computer and just click on a video so it plays.
Yeah.
So
You guys are dicks.
So for
Mr. Burke, why are you crying on the internet?
So for today's lesson, we're just gonna watch my videos. Everybody watch
Yeah,
a
we
different
can watch
video.
he would have hated me as a student.
What do you mean?
Get
What
up to
if
4,000.
we all hate you?
Not as a student.
Oh,
How were you as a student?
I was a great student.
I was a
Maybe
great
some would say
student
the
'cause I wasn't
best.
there. Yeah, I wasn't there, so
Some would say the best.
Yeah.
Not as caseworker, but some.
I would walk in.
You were the
seriously,
kid. You were
almost
the kid
every
that got the
class.
25-year-old pregnant. That's who you were, right?
Jesus.
That story from way back.
I'd walk into
Mary
almost
Kay
every class.
Letourneau?
My teacher would say, "Great, Tyler's here." They were
And
excited.
another one.
How many Remy Q studios are there?
Remy's here again.
Yeah.
It's like the Flash. Remy is Ezra Miller.
Hi, Remy.
He does have Ezra tendencies. I've seen Remy choke a bitch.
God, I love Remy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
A dog.
That's even worse.
Is that better?
Oh yeah, that's true. Dogs have more rights than humans.
No.
Or so the German shepherds would have us believe.
German Shepherd propaganda.
Those are the worst kinds of
Nice
shepherds.
callback and adjustment there, Mike.
Those poor Nazi shepherds.
We just call them shepherds where I'm from.
Texas?
Most of what I say is just to get Mark to laugh.
It works.
I had a German
Most
shepherd.
of the time.
I had a German shepherd when I was little. Every time he barked, he would just go 999. That was terrible.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna go to the honey hole here.
That had to be annoying as fuck, man.
My internet.
I'm surprised you would find that annoying, Tyler. I thought you would embrace it.
Not at all. God.
Uh-oh.
That's what would happen to Biggie if Remy and Biggie had that fight in person.
Hey, there's somebody that hasn't been
No,
demonetized, Biggie.
He hasn't been monetized.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't be.
Oh shit.
Oh man, that's gonna get into that's gonna get
shared
into
that?
photography class.
Please share it
that?
again.
Was that
It
Remy?
It wasn't me. It had to be
Please
Remy. 'Cause
share.
He went back to the studio for it.
That was Photoshop, right?
That's not Photoshop.
Wow.
That's the actual guy.
Can you
I
do one
just
with the
picture him
crying?
saying,
with the
"I'm
crying
a big,
pose?
strong boy."
Now you need the crying pose.
Can you put
fuck.
Crying Jordan in there somehow?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Crying Burke is the new Crying Jordan.
crying Burke.
I am done for the day.
But everybody does it. Have you
In the
checked
Mix
out
is
Mark's
gonna be great
channel?
tonight. Can we just do a
Check
bunch
out
of
In the Mix at
screenshots
9
of
o'clock
Burke
tonight, Eastern.
Actually,
I was demonetized. I've lost $18 of revenue.
going up against In the Mix tonight, I believe the comic Biggie Check has the Comic Collectors Club tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So
He's always going up against you.
no, he always did 8 p.m. So I think he's going at 9 p.m. today.
Oh,
so,
I thought it was always.
What's
at
his
9.
day? It's his day off, so he gets on.
yeah, so Friday nights at 9 p.m. is becoming a popular time slot.
I think last weekend there was like 7 or 8 people that I'm subscribed to live at the same time.
Yeah, the same thing. There were like 7 or 8 people live at the same time, and I unsubscribed them all.
And reported him.
Hopefully they're
And did copyright claim.
Hopefully they demonetize. Jesus.
No, I'm just kidding. Next Friday, I guess let's let the cat out of the bag. Let's give an exclusive here on the Community Hangout, nominated for Best Community Hangout once upon a time. Oh, no, that's the whatchamacallit? Fuck, my bad. Terrible timing. Terrible
Are
timing.
you talking? That was terrible, man.
Was he recording a short?
I don't know. I hope not. DJ just calls it a long.
A long?
Shout out to DJ.
Shout out to Long.
Who's Photoshop of Burke was that? Was that Remy?
I think it was Remy.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why he went back to the layer.
He's been known to dabble him in Photoshop every now and again.
Every
He
now
was
and then.
at
Yeah.
work working, and then as soon as he got this idea, he had to leave work early, run home, and immediately.
Yeah, the 2006 Photoshop and I are quite friendly.
When he can pry himself away from Chimp Empire. he's
Oh,
pretty-
06. That's a good year. I buy all my wine from that year.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Oh, your box
in a
wine?
box or
Yeah,
in
just
a
sit
bottle?
there.
It's still good.
Yeah. Box wine ages greatly.
It really does.
So we've
The
had
plastic kind of like Fournier's in there.
Box of wine, table for two, the Tyler special.
you know what goes really good with boxed wine? Bagged chicken.
Well, I mean, box wine is
Paper
technically
bagged chicken.
Paper bag.
dark meat paper bag chicken.
I got rolled, so I wouldn't know how that tastes.
I apologize.
We don't forgive you.
For what? They're so.
We had some emus attack.
Yes,
How'd
Kyle.
you
I
do in
watch
that
you guys
war?
live every week. I usually can't
Emos
comment,
in New York.
but I watch you guys every time you do it. It's a great show.
Which show?
Wine, Cheese, and Comics, please, on Sans Group.
I'm not even aware of it.
Yep, it's
You don't know
it's a
wine,
great show.
cheese.
Is that Wednesday nights?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a busy night for me with AEW.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it the other day. So I was going to give you guys an exclusive. Next Friday is going to be my 3,000 subscriber sub celebration on In the Mix.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. So we will be giving away a ton of stuff.
He sounded really excited. That congratulations.
Have you released a picture?
No, I haven't released a picture yet. Don't release a picture. That's an In the Mix tonight exclusive.
There's a picture?
Uh-oh.
You know the picture.
You know that picture.
Don't release the picture.
Let me post this. Hold on.
Release
the picture we so affectionately call Red Velvet.
We all have to dress like that next Friday, by the way. I'm expecting each of you to dress like that next Friday.
I'll go to the Goodwill, see what they got.
Should I?
I only have
Red
sheets.
And they're white.
I don't know why I wanted to come in.
I'll have to cut them in.
I just got the camera off. I
need a more time out.
Tyler in his pillowcases with 2 holes in them.
My wife spent a lot of time making these.
One for each of my thumbs.
You ungrateful son of bitches.
Oh man. It was a good idea. We all appreciate it. I say today we do no sheets, but next time we get them right.
There's 2 types of those kind of parties. One is the sheets, and then the other is what I like to call Indiana Chamber of Commerce casual.
Jesus.
Oh, Elizabeth.
It's the big one.
Didn't he die of a heart attack?
He had
Right?
the big one.
He had the big one.
So that's not that funny.
I hate your stinking guts. Yes, I'm expecting you all to dress like that next week.
I got you.
Not in the sheets.
I got you.
Well, that was my OneDrive. Holy shit! I'm like that.
Anyone watch the John Mulaney stand up?
Ew.
It just came out like yesterday or something. I had it on while we were eating dinner.
Was it good?
Why were you talking? So you guys
I
like
guess
John Mulaney?
Supper? No, I've never watched any of his comedy stuff, but it was on Netflix, so I watched it. There were some really funny parts.
Is that the guy on the Bud Light can?
No, that's
That's what I thought at first too. But
no. John Mulaney's the guy
Those
that
two casual.
voiced Spider-Ham.
And if you say guy on the Bud Light can, you're technically not wrong.
You mean the Clydesdales?
Wow.
We just showed a bird picture again. Where's Mark at? We just showed a bird picture again. And just leave that up. Let's leave that up while we discuss.
Can we
it.
on a Bud Light can?
let's put Burke on the Bud Light can.
Dylan
Wow.
Mulvaney.
Give me a
No,
second. I got
John
the guys.
Mulaney. That's right, Esteban. Dylan Mulvaney. No, John Mulaney is the guy who voiced Spider-Ham, and he's done other stuff, but that's all I
That
remember.
guy voiced Spider-Ham and then gets a Netflix special.
He's done way more than that. He was a writer for SNL for a long time, and I don't know. He's famous somehow. Who's the Cubs' top prospect? Oh, I forget what his name is, but he just came back. He was hurt, and he had a 16 pitch at bat yesterday and hit a grand slam.
Is his last name Mulvaney?
Oh no, baseball, no.
Oh, my internet.
No. Baseball.
It's so Mulvaney.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah,
John Mulvaney is the worst.
That's why I forgot his name, because he's got too many.
He's got a lot. Although you should remember the Crow. Obviously, if he becomes a star, that's going to be his shtick.
Really? Not Armstrong?
Yeah. Well, maybe if he wants to like blood dope.
Like Tatis.
He should come out. He should come out dressed like Sting.
It's Sting.
Sting is the worst wrestler of all time.
Mark.
Why are you yelling, Mark?
Well, he's definitely not able to hear.
No,
Mark.
He be
Mark,
coming in
help
hot.
us! Mark, help!
I don't have a lot of Sting experience. I wasn't watching WCW back in the day. I always looked at WCW as inferior to WWF.
Well, say you're from New York without saying it.
What are you talking about, Mikey?
Well, there's a reason wrestlers called the WWF back in those days New York, going to New York to work.
Yeah,
that was the business slang that the boys used.
I'm in the wrestling business.
I never heard that, but I don't know
it's
shit
true.
about wrestling. So.
Yeah, going to New York, the New York territory.
Just wrestling?
Oh, Chris, are you at Senate? Did you go to CinemaCon?
No, I just realized yesterday it was here.
Yeah.
I only know when they put a picture of like Caesar Palace behind it.
Well, there's a bunch more shit coming out today.
I'm dying to see that Dune 2 trailer.
What does it mean if I just walk over to see, or if I drive over to Caesar's Palace and park there? Can I see anything or do anything? Or am I just going to see?
Maybe you can see Caesar.
Okay.
Or the
I've been to
Palace.
Caesar's Palace.
We got kicked out of a club there one time.
At Caesar's?
Yeah.
For what?
Out of
just fucking being
Pure. That's probably called Pure at the time.
Yes, that's when Pure was popping. So this was like about mid 2000s.
Pure.
Pure. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I like that name, Pure.
Well, Pure, just P-U-R.
Yeah, Tyler. Continue, Tyler.
Pure.
What do you like, Pure?
It's kind of like Dior, like that. What's that called? That lotion that they spray, but it's pure.
Exactly like that.
Happy day 2 of NFL draft, gents. Yes, day 2. Michael Mayer first to the Colts. That's what I'm saying.
What a drop off to be in Vegas last year and have to go to Kansas City this year.
Hey, damn.
That's how you know the NFL is being punished.
Yeah.
Ad Astra Atsukataka.
That's again Kansas and not Missouri, which is where the draft is.
This is the same place, though, right? Isn't Kansas City in like
There's
four
a
different
Kansas City,
states?
Missouri, and there's a Kansas City, Kansas.
Exactly, it's the same.
There's a Superior.
They're the same place.
I will take you to both of them, and you can choose if they're the same.
There
a lot
is
of people
Kansas
say
City?
Indiana and Ohio are the same, and that yes, they are. They are the same.
No, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas is the same as Henderson.
There's way less cross burnings in Ohio.
No, no, there's not.
It's probably equal.
I think it's even.
They just burn them for different reasons.
We've coordinated to make them
It's
more
like
even.
comparing Goebbels to Hitler, really. They're about the same.
And on that note,
Mark's back.
Hey, Mark.
I was talking to my mama.
So DJ said that he doesn't like Sting and that Sting sucks.
DJ's allowed to be wrong. He does it all the time.
I think Sting is a terrible hand.
Not everybody's favorite lead singer, but
I prefer to call him Gordon.
Fields of gold.
Appreciate
that,
by the way.
On the fields of glory.
I gotta jump off pretty soon. I gotta go watch Fox News.
Yo, what's up with Tucker Carlson getting the can?
Thanks, everybody.
Tyler, why did
him
Tucker Carlson
and Don Lemon getting fired on the same day?
Yeah,
bye, guys.
New breaking points.
Peace, Tyler. See you tonight. Maybe.
Oh, that was good. We got in trouble.
Thank you. I'm assuming that he ruffled the wrong feathers.
Like, what was the final straw though? So that's what I don't understand. Yeah.
$800 million lawsuit over calling out Dominion voting machines, speaking out vocally against Big Pharma when Big Pharma is the #1 ad revenue supporter of the network. So he was just he was doing and saying a lot of freewheeling things that did not align at all with the money that comes into the network, is what it looks like.
Yeah, you can't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah. It's really that simple. Like, hey, if you work here, I know this is called the news, but if you work here, we do have to keep in mind that people pay our bills.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. That's like when Nick comes on in the mix and this is Brooklyn.
All the time.
It was a joke. It was a fucking joke. Nicky Pancakes.
Nicholas.
Nicky Cakes. Hey, Nicky Cakes. Nicky
I'm
Cakes.
looking at trying to buy this Jay Garrett action figure. It's a McFarlane figure, and it's turned out to be a Crazy Chase figure.
How much is it?
It goes from looks like averaging about $80, but there's some people that kind of go under, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But every time you click on them, they only have a couple of sales history and nothing else active up kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And to me, it just looks like they're kind of just newer flippers for collectibles, but it still makes me uneasy. I'm like, I'd rather just pay more money from somebody with like
a reputable person.
Huh?
Like a reputable person.
Yeah, just
I'm the same way. Like I don't like really getting stuff from people on eBay that have like a low feedback score or something like that.
Like this person has 100% feedback, 71 transaction, or says 71 next to his name, but he has he's got other items listed. Okay,
that's good enough.
Yeah, I think I'll go with this one because he's got the lowest price. So I mean, obviously, I think they're recognizing that they got to do something to get there.
Now I'm in the mood to buy something. Damn you, Mark.
It's it's one of the platinum editions. So there's a Jay Garrett that looks like just a comic one, and this is like the platinum one. It's painted up, and it looks like a movie version of it.
Platinum, you say? Platinum?
I want this one.
I haven't bought I need to buy something. I haven't bought something in a while.
I mean, it's the same thing I paid for that Deathstroke figure. This is the expensive one for some reason. I mean, it looks like the way he is in the Snyder cut at the end of the film.
How much was that?
It goes between $60 to $75.
Jesus. But it's crazy because aren't just the base price of some of these things are $39.99?
No. If you're talking McFarlane mega figures, yeah. But
so just
the standard size figures are $19.99 to $24.99. If they're a Build-A-Figure set that comes in a bigger box with the pieces, they're normally a couple bucks more. But just the standard ones are $20.
Oh wow!
And if you catch them,
Back in my day, I remember when McFarlane first released the movie Maniacs, the 18-inch figures. Those were $29.99. And then the first series was Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers. No, dude, they're 100 for the 18-inch figures. The NECA, they're 100 at $19.99. Yeah,
the
$119.
the McFarlane ones, or you said NECA?
So McFarlane doesn't do 18-inch figures anymore like that.
Oh.
So like NECA went over, they started doing them, and the price gradually increased. So now they're $119.99 for like the, let's say like the 18-inch Ninja Turtles, the 18-inch movie figures, the 18-inch Ultimate whatever Predators.
18-inch Predator.
Like I missed out on
see how big my Omega Spawn is. Thought it was.
A lot of people still like those Dragon figures, those early ones.
And they just came back.
Yeah, they look great too.
No, that's
the pictures look great, but when I went to look at them, I didn't find one I liked. I thought like the picture you put on the website was awesome.
That looks
You
pretty
shop
small.
for dragons a lot?
Unless you're a giant.
Huh?
You shop for dragons a lot?
Well, when he was bringing them back, it looked cool on his IG, and then I went and looked on the website, and I didn't see one I actually liked.
The quality is not like the old school dragons that he did. They're more like toys-ish now.
Yeah.
It's like a dip in quality.
Yeah, I gotta go look for the old stuff.
Yeah, I think every single figure that McFarlane put out, I had every single like figure. Dragons, the Animusha from the games, the freaking baseball, the basketball, the football, everything. The military stuff. And I wound up selling everything.
Probably for the better.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so I wound up selling everything. I made I made profit still, because even open outside of the box, like the military figures, those things like went crazy, and that's how I was able to start my Hot Toys collection. So I basically just took all that money and just bought it all in Hot Toys. Mark, someone requested the picture of Burke again.
I don't have it.
So
it wasn't me, homie.
Rem.
He's focusing. It's coming.
He's doing a crime.
What do you want? You want to? You said the picture of Burke.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Championship Burke.
All right.
Anybody, somebody's asking for it. You were.
No, somebody asked for it in the chat. Three minutes, 3 hours, 50 minutes, 27 seconds.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Well, at least that one.
He's gonna block us all.
Somebody asked for it. That's the only reason I did that.
That's
DJ, did you watch the Wi-Fi's episode from last night?
actually the Mars thing. I fell asleep. Whatever. Going to see. Like, do you believe? All right, so I fell asleep watching it. But do you guys all know about Mars and Sidonia and the face on Mars and stuff like that that Mark is about to talk about?
I was just asking if you watched it.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go in.
We can talk about it.
Yeah. Do we believe?
I don't think that the episode covered anything that I wasn't already previously familiar with, which I'm sure you probably are too.
Yeah, I don't think so. So like the face on the big giant face, the other structures casting like shadows and all the pyramids and all the
credibility of space photography and stuff like that.
You're talking about the Emu War again?
I think they're talking about that Y channel.
Yeah, the Y files. Do you guys believe that there was ever life on Mars? Intelligent life on Mars, being able to like build structures and stuff?
Hey, I just watched that the math episode he had last night. It was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I stand on the ground of I don't know, DJ.
Okay, just asking. All right, I'll go fuck myself. Sorry.
No, I was just answering because nobody else was.
No, that's fine. I'll go fuck myself. I kind of want to right now.
Yes, we finally get option B. Yes.
Just got a PS5 boot. Congrats. I'm I'm in the market for one, but every time I think about buying one, I see someone giving one away, so I just like wait.
That's a perfect segue. Speaking of PS5s,
I say, who's giving one away, Mark?
Yeah,
there's this
3,000 subs.
There's this Whatnot channel that I watched that's got one they're giving away. This you can put discs in it. I'm like, that's the one for me.
All right, so
if you're not a fan of discs, though, let DJ tell you what you should do.
No, remember last week when you said the thing about the disc, and I was just like, "Oh, remind me about the first iPod that I bought." Anyway, so I go to buy the iPod. So I had a first generation iPod. Now this is before you had iTunes and all that other stuff, right?
You sound like a rich kid in 2004 with all these McFarlane toys and iPods and shit.
iPod, yeah, he still is a rich kid.
I was heavy. I was heavy into the crack game. Yeah, so I go. Somebody at work had it, and I was just like, "Yo, that is the coolest thing ever." So then I go to the store. Nick, I don't know if you're familiar with TechServe on 23rd Street.
Is it in Texas?
It serves Texans in New York.
Before Best Buy put all these stores out of business, there was like all these electronic stores. So I go to TechServe, and so I'm like, "Yo, I want to buy an iPod. How does this work?" And the dude was behind.
Yeah,
the counter.
Tyler,
Like,
I see you.
The dude was behind the counter. He was just like, "Oh, all you do, it comes with this software. So just take your dick and put it in the." I was like, "Wait, what?" And he was just like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "All right, fine, just continue." And he was like, "No, but I'm sorry." I was like, "Yeah, fine, continue." He was like, "No, but I didn't mean that." I was like, "Yo, Jesus Christ, dude, just continue." Anyway, that was the story. The dude was like, "Oh, all you do is stick your dick in the thing." I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Can we do that with the Xbox you're giving away?
It depends on it depends on your girth, yeah.
No, you can't. You can't, Chaos. That's what I'm getting to you. This does not have it's a dick slotless PS5.
Oh, you got to put your own. You got to put your own hole. You got to put your own hole in it.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
Bring your own hole.
All right, so let me promote.
I can put my dick through anything.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Especially with that attitude.
That's what Harvey Weinstein thought.
Hey. No one's trying to get on. No one's trying to get on my movies.
Ram it, boys.
We're out of here.
All right, so hold up before we bring out. So, ladies and gentlemen, as part of the Link Squad channel membership, I am giving away a PlayStation 5. It is the digital version. We're not going to say discless. It's the digital version.
Oh, it's discless for sure.
Of a PlayStation 5.
That means two things.
You have to be a Link Squad member for April and for May. So you have 3 days left today, Saturday and Sunday, to kind of join up and then have your membership run through the month of May as well, and then we're going to draw for that PlayStation 5.
And what games are included with it?
It's the God of War Ragnarok version, so it does come with a digital version of God of War Ragnarok.
Tyler.
My missing chat. I have to go to this. I'll go. I'm here for more.
And that's coming from a guy who's got a channel called Ghislaine Underrated.
Wow. Oh shit.
Well,
that's coming from a channel. Let me go.
All right, well, it's 11:30. I'm about to head while I don't have any children to keep up with right now. I'm going to go to the honey hole and see what I can find up there. I appreciate everybody hopping on and hanging out today. Shout out to everybody in the chat, all that good stuff. In the mix tonight at 9 o'clock on DJ Link's channel. Just pop back in this evening. Come hang out with us.
Yeah, and we're going to have a special guest, Jeffrey E. Studios.
Oh, also, if y'all haven't already, on Pop's Attic, the 1K follower giveaway slab, you have until Sunday night to enter that. The link to Pop's Attic is in the description. It's a Secret Wars 9.8 CGC slab. And yeah. So Sunday night, my rat weeks in, I'll spin a wheel for all the people that entered that IG giveaway and see who wins that. So make sure you hit that link to Pop's Attic. The post is pinned to the top of his page, so you don't have to go look for it. Just head straight over there and enter that giveaway.
Shout out to Pops.
Shout out to DJ as well, because we're just paying it forward. He won that slab from something DJ was doing, or I think you gave it away on one of my streams, didn't you?
Yep.
Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, you gave it away on the 2K giveaway, and if you haven't entered the 2.5 subscriber giveaway, that posted this week, a bunch of slabs and comics and toys and stuff. So go enter that. A lot of shit getting paid it forward right now. So
That's my favorite Mark picture right there.
mine too.
Your
Yeah,
thumbnail.
he's full of hope.
Yeah.
He looks so happy.
Looks a little Photoshop too, to be honest.
It's not. It's just crop.
Well, I mean, the Botox just makes his face look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was standing in front of.
That's your 18-year-old body with your.
No, that's about a year and a half ago. I was standing in front of the slabs that when I got the shelves up at the old house for the background and got like the slabs up behind me. That's one of the early pictures I took in front of it.
That's a fantastic picture. I would love a cardboard cutout, life size. Of
Looks like a little.
I've got one. I can mail it to you.
Maybe we can take that cardboard cutout.
We just need to get one and send it to Promiscuous Time Traveler to put next to his other ones.
No, I wanted to take it to the movies on Thursday when we go see The Flash, and you're not going.
I'll be there, DJ.
There you go.
Just wear a Legion of Comic shirt, Becker, and you're all set.
Mark hates us. It's okay.
No.
I just love my family more.
I don't know why.
Mark loves his family. Mark loves his family.
So what happened? Wait, you're not going to the Flash during Heroes Con? Is that what this is?
No, they're seeing it on Thursday. I'm not going to Heroes Con for Friday morning. I'm not paying extra hotel fee and missing out on watching the Flash with my wife, and my oldest. Like,
Mark has a family.
What about your comic family,
Mark?
Mark?
He's like the opposite of Bruce Wayne.